Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Drop Frames. It's Wednesday. Zeke, did you know that you have become a cultural dance phenomenon?
I've heard.
You've heard. Have you
I've heard that.
seen?
I see it in the chat. I see like Ko was telling me like he uses it all the time.
Well, the chat.
Mambo number 5,
Yes.
Kingdom style.
Mm-hmm.
Zeke.
The Macarena.
I'm pretty sure that's the progression. Macarena in there too.
Yeah. Would you?
I mean, it looks great when the chat is just flooded with it. Let me tell you, because it's a good loop. That GIF has a good loop.
You know what it looks like? Have you ever seen like the Chinese opening Olympics where they're all doing the exact same thing in crazy ways, and you're like, how is that possible? Whenever the Zeke beat lines up, it looks like an army of small people, like in perfect unison, just going ham. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
All right, I got a big brain thought here. Is the Fortnite dance that generation's Macarena?
There's too many Fortnite dances.
Well, it like the like flossing. I like when I think Fortnite dance, I think of flossing. Like that's the go-to.
I would call that more a cultural embarrassment, something we'll want to try to forget later.
I mean, the Macarena was kind of an embarrassment.
It's more along the lines of the Harlem Shake, right? Like it's just a fad. The Macarena was like, it's like oh God, there's been so many songs that have like taught people how to dance. Like with the steps of the song.
That's the one that taught white people how to dance, was the chicken dance, yeah. Yeah. All right, just a thought. Just a thought.
No, I was thinking of the slide to the left. Now stomp 3 times.
Yeah.
Slide to the right. Whatever that one.
As someone who's planning a wedding and will probably have to hear this music, we got a live band, so I hope they don't actually know how to play any of those songs. I hope they just skip it.
Oh, they will. They play weddings? Oh, they will.
I just hope it's Sweet Caroline on loop. That's it. Just over and over. Neil died.
And then it'll be like a small Nebraska town devolved into chaos as many people were injured by doing the new Zeke beat.
Yeah, that's true.
Flailing their arms around like crazy. And smashing like old people, like just getting smacked in the eye.
Come for the wedding, leave with a black eye. That's going to be the motto of the wedding.
Exactly.
So someone in my chat goes, JP, isn't it your wedding though? No, I see you've never been married before.
It's true.
See, when a man and women get married, it's not their wedding.
A man and women. All right, polygamy over there.
We're in Utah, apparently.
Man and man, whatever. But anyway, one of them takes ownership of the wedding, and it is their wedding. And and everything flows forth from that person. And instead of it being like, hey, let's agree on something, it's like, is this okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Like that's how it works.
I'm going to share a thought since we're talking about weddings, because there was an email the other day that went out for Sacriel's wedding, and it was an invitation to go clay pigeon shooting with a bunch of streamers. Now, my first thought was, oh, that's kind of nice. But then my second thought was, these motherfuckers have a hard time getting to stream on time. I don't want to be anywhere near them with a gun in their hands. So I promptly
declined. Very valid line of thinking. I think a Dick Cheney would certainly be a potential there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Sacro, check this out. What?
Yeah. Well, I had to decline that.
If the news is to be trusted for the past 30 years,
right?
We've been playing first-person shooters for almost all of our lives. It'll just evolve into violence. It'll just become,
I'm sure,
like a massacre, because our brains have been poisoned by video games so much so, that once we get an actual like shotgun in our hands, there's going to be no stopping it.
Yeah,
it's true. I don't know if you've ever seen a gamer pick up an actual weapon. It's kind of like when the Doom guy goes into bloodlust mode in Doom. Like he just everyone around him is gone. It's insane. Heavy metal music comes out of nowhere. It's kind of frightening, to be honest.
Yeah. My biggest fear would be, what if Sacriel just screams, all right, we're doing Battle Royale. Everyone's got a minute.
He's like, this wedding was all a ruse.
Yeah. He's like, I finally did it. I did my real life Battle Royale and I won. It's just him with a bunch of bodies around.
Now I get to hunt the most dangerous game.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, if you can't tell already, we don't have much to talk about this week. Go, what week is it? FYI. Oh, actually, come to think of it, this.
I think we actually have a real number today.
Yeah, this is actually episode 200. I just realized that.
Today is episode 200.
Yeah, I didn't even. What a
no funny show number. Today is legit episode 200.
Yeah.
Yep.
What a bad episode 200 this is going to be.
What a terrible. It's a terrible show in general, not even an episode. I mean, how did we make it this
I don't know. I don't understand.
Oh my
it's
lord.
A weird thing. It's a weird thing.
Oh, you don't have like a retrospective like ready to go?
No.
Where's the highlight reel, JP? Where's the music? Where are the feels?
I don't even have anything funny to cut to.
Get on it, Barry. What's going on?
This is all I got right here. We did it. 200. Boom.
Real talk, it would be kind of funny to throw together a portal that just accepts links and get everyone to submit their favorite drop frames clips over the year.
You can't clip. Well, they'd have to do it from YouTube because you can't clip sub VODs. So that kind of throws a wrench in that. Yeah. It's another.
I say that.
It's another fun feature of having your VODs behind a sub wall is they can't be clipped, which also means you never appear on live stream fails because there's no clipping. It's great.
Yeah.
And there's no clipping.
Don't worry, live stream fails has given up on the normal people. They have moved on.
Okay.
It is now all just the drama between the live stream fail people and everything. Have you seen this guy react to this or that guy said? Can you believe what he said to her? Oh, what he said to him? Like it's just like they don't care about normal streamers anymore.
Nice.
It's done.
Glad to be a normie.
Oh, Mick Lagarde, like I've seen the Poopsie commercials. Trust me.
Dude,
those things
have you seen that stuff?
Horrifying.
Man.
They're horrifying.
I felt really bad to do a sponsored stream for Amazon, and then I just watched Poopsie commercials. I didn't even they weren't even on sale on Prime Day. I just sat there and watched Poopsie commercials. So.
Wait a minute. You did a sponsor stream for Prime Day? Man, you changed, bro. You have changed.
I know. It's true. It's true. I have.
I mean, I'm glad I didn't stream on my channel for the past 2 days.
Thank you, Zeke, for at least maintaining a little bit of decency on this show.
Exactly. Which is technically true.
Mm-hmm. It's technically true.
Quick side note, though. Did you know Corsair keyboards are on sale today?
I saw that. Also, yesterday I plugged in my new Logitech keyboard. Got rid of my Corsair one because
it's like a reverse ad.
Yeah. The Corsair keyboard was nice. It however, had I don't know if you know this, but keyboards collect skin flakes if they're not cleaned over a 2-hour or 2-year period. So I had to get rid of it.
He has very sloppy skin.
Yeah. It's pretty. If you're watching the stream right now, just get real close to your keyboard and just look what's in between. And then know that right now on Amazon, you can buy a Corsair K70 Rapid Fire on sale. Thanks, Corsair.
What's crazy is I saw the prices on that, and like at one point it just got comical. It's like normally these are $350, but you can get a steal on this keyboard right now for $250, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite thing, since I was doing the Prime Day like actual like thing, the live stream from whatever Twitch
sells out thing,
which was like when we got there, they like gave us a list of products, and then they were like, so here's some news, little piece of news. Some of these things are not Prime Day deals, and we were like, what? They're like, yeah, so some of them are just now going to be everyday deals.
Nice.
Really? Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's no longer a Prime Day thing. It's like now you're just advertising for our products.
Yep. Yep.
I could tell you why,
that's a bit awkward.
but it'd probably not be information that's supposed to be public. So I'll tell you afterwards, Zeke, because I know why that was the case.
Oh yeah, no, I mean like that's the thing about dealing with live shows. Like not only that, but during the live show, like some of the stuff we were supposed to be like hawking got sold out before we got to the product.
Yeah.
So we were like, all right, next segment we're gonna sell this keyboard, and they were like, keyboard's sold out, don't do it. It's like, okay, so we're gonna talk for another 10 minutes about this same thing and repeat everything we've already repeated 30 times so far. Great, perfect. And that happened like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I I saw you and Tim and Courage and Swifter and Okadrian was the fifth, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw y'all segment. That was a lot of just ridiculousness, as it probably should be with the group that I just listed. But it was still fun to watch. It was good times. It was very much the Twitch pre-show. If you guys were actually doing something of value, you know what I'm saying?
That's fair. That's fair because entertaining thousands of people with our weird sense of humor, and that's not there's no value there at all. I mean, to let all the weirdos know that like we're one of you, like no value at all whatsoever.
Exactly.
And that shit.
Exactly.
Sip.
Oh God. Anyways,
I
otherwise,
kinda wonder-
ruined the joke because I spilled all over myself.
oh well, that sucks. What was that, Co?
I probably shouldn't say it.
Okay. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Were you gonna hurt my feelings, Co?
No.
Yes, you were. You. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
Wait. What was about you? It was just okay. You know what? I'll go ahead and say it. I
Too much
know
buildup
it was
now.
probably entertaining and stuff, but I can't get this picture out of my head of like a boardroom full of like guys in suits and like wine and cheese trays going around, and they're just sitting there like, look at these gamers hawking their wares to gamers. It's like, meanwhile we're all having fun and stuff, and they're just laughing at us for like, oh my God, it hurts a little bit, but
Yeah. That's where we're at.
here we are.
Zeke, any exciting stuff happen in the trip? Any insider stories? Any funny goofs? Any fun times? Or is it just selling?
Oh, dude. One of my favorite moments from that thing has probably been clipped several times. One of my favorite moments is when the Thor's hammer meat tenderizer just broke.
What the hell?
Like we were selling this meat tenderizer that was in the shape of Mjolnir, Thor's hammer, and I think it was the number one Alex. Like it was the first part of the my first 4 hours that day, and they gave us stuff to pound on, and one of them, like for some reason, they gave us like doggy rawhide sticks, and they were like they don't have much give to them. So Alex was like, I was like pound that stuff, and he like picks it up. It was Alex, right? And he picks it up and he goes, "Bam!" And the head just snaps the fuck off. And I was like, dude, I mean, it's a meat tenderizer, so you're not going to be like overhead chopping with it. But he just put everything he had behind it, and the head just comes flying off. And thankfully, they had a backup one. So they flew the backup one in there, and we like continued with the bit. But like, there was no denying that shit like broke like real like in just 2 pieces. Just
I gotta ask, how was the recovery? Was it the kind of thing where it's like, and look, it can be disassembled on the fly? What a great feature! Or was it just like everyone staring at it awkwardly?
Well, no. I tried to like I wasn't trying to cover it up. Like it like snapped, and I was like, I don't even remember what I said because it happened in such blur. I was like, I looked at Alex, I looked at the thing, and I was like, man, you really went to town on that. Jesus, like, and all my head was going is like, man, I hope they have another one to fly in here because if we're gonna like smash it, like, oh, you got it, okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of curious to see what I did. This was the first thing. Like, why would you smash rawhide stuff? Oh, here you go. Oh,
everyone like steps back because Jesus.
yeah, look at him.
Oh God, he powered up and everything.
Point. He didn't even hit it that hard.
He just walks off the stage. Oh, that's great.
I'm looking for it. I'm wondering if I can screw it back together because it does screw together.
Oh, shit.
There, they flew another one in. Boom.
Nice.
Good job.
Nice. Dude, I have to be honest, the production, I don't know who the team was that was behind all this. They were good, man. They had a lot of like sound effects that was constantly on. Like they knew what the fuck they were doing.
It legit looked like the what is that channel that always sells stuff?
QVC? Yeah.
QVC. It looked exactly like the QVC channel. The only bit I got to watch was with like Gold Glove and Jericho and those guys. At one point, Like I tune in and just immediately see Jericho taking giant bites of a cheese block. I was like, what in the hell am I watching?
Yeah.
And but yeah, it looked really, really good. Like I was very surprised by that. The camera panning and everything. Like that was good. Real good.
I like that he didn't even move his hand. Like somehow
He
that's
just
gonna.
leaves there. It's like
Yeah.
he's obviously never sold something before. It's like don't leave the
embellish
camera
it.
to focus on the
Yeah.
broken thing. Jesus, dude.
Jesus.
But no, speaking of the production team there was fucking phenomenal. There was a lot of them, but they had everything covered.
That's awesome.
They had because there was like I don't know how many products, like 150 or something products that like we went through the entire like 36 hours or whatever, and they like had all these bits. They had everything. They had sound effects. They had backups to backups. It was like super like well thought out and organized and stuff.
Yeah.
Except for like they when I got there, I got the run of show. And for the run of show means like the bullet points of what's happening for anyone who doesn't know.
Yeah.
Throughout the day, I got the run of show the day before that I went on stage. So normally I would like to have had researched a little bit more. So I was a little bit nervous going in. I was like, man, I got 4 hours of just like I'm not extremely sure. And then they have like scripted lines in there and stuff. It's like, oh man, this is not gonna be good. However, they had it all covered. They had like a director who I had like an earpiece in the entire time.
Nice.
They were talking to us, telling us what was next. They were really loose with like you can actually just call out to me and ask me what's next and stuff. It doesn't have to be like super structured or anything. So it was really easy from that point on once we got the ball rolling.
Nice.
I will say though, doing like the hosting, the main like talking for 4 hours,
Mm-hmm.
it was tough to keep the energy level up.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. I
I can imagine.
That was my hardest thing back when I casted StarCraft. Like first game, no problem, had great energy. 10th game, I was his fucking zombie. I had like the director screaming in my ear, like, "Dude, you have to have any energy right now. Like you are killing me. Wake up!"
Yeah.
There's a reason that energy drink sponsors esports events. It turns out it's to keep the commentators awake. It's actually the whole
You're
reason.
not wrong, dude.
Yeah. It was those days were rough sometimes when I was just
I
out
will
of it.
say though that once like I got because my second 4-hour shift, once Courage came in, it was much easier being like the color. You know, just like piping in every once in a while and saying some dumb shit
Yeah.
rather than having to like run the show. So
Sure.
and Swiffer, of course. Swiffer really helped.
Dude, Swifter's
second
the
part, too.
best, like, the best just, I guess, straight guy, but that sounds really odd to say, but he's the best straight guy. Like, he's perfect to just have there because he'll fill in the void with whatever needs to be said. If it's sellouty, boom, he's there. If it needs to be a joke, boom, he's there in a second. Like, he knows exactly.
Dude,
where to
I'm
jump in.
90% sure there's a better word. For
Straight man. Straight man sounds better than straight guy because straight guy implies, like, man, he's really just a great straight guy, you know?
Yeah. No, the straight man is the one on every infomercial. And it's not necessarily a man, it's just the terminology, like the showbiz terminology for it.
Yeah.
One person is all action and pushing things forward, and the straight man is supposed to be like the person off the street who doesn't know anything,
Right.
but like chimes in from time to time. Like if you ever watched the old infomercial for like the Miracle Egg Fryer, and the guy's like got the bow tie and he's English and he's talking about the Miracle Egg Fryer and he's really excited, and then the other person is like, well, how are you gonna get that clean? Because I'll tell you, when I got cheese on my frying pan, it just sticks there. It's like, well, I'm glad you asked. Like that's the straight man, is the person who like is the dumb guy.
Yeah. He was great.
And he's
killing
fucking
it.
awesome at doing that stuff.
I
Like,
mean,
we could sell ketchup popsicles to women in white gloves.
Yeah.
Like
That's a term.
if it was me and Swifter.
Yeah, I mean, he even did that when you DM'd for him. He was a great foil to all the nonsense going on in that game. It's just he knows his role and he does it very well.
Yeah,
Without
he's very
a
good
doubt.
at it for sure. Well, the other thing. Oh God, fuck! I forgot. Hold on.
Okay.
Move on. It'll come back to me. I had something, and then it's gone.
I don't know where we're going, so we'll just.
Yeah, I was gonna say we don't have any more directions to go.
You're just gonna sit here and wait for me to
We're just gonna wait for you to think about it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. Oh,
Okay.
Just as a side note, and we don't have to go into it, but like,
Okay.
I don't watch the news. I really don't, and maybe I should be ashamed of myself for not watching the news. But like, as far as all like the strike stuff goes, I found like personally, I found out like 45 minutes before we were supposed to go live. They're like, "Oh, by the way, if you didn't know already," and I was like, "Oh, that's great." Oh fuck! It's like way to put like a real damper on what I'm about to do that I've signed a contract for. Thanks a pantload.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I had no idea. But I I told him I would do a thing, so I did the thing.
Yeah, I didn't either. I don't know if that says something about who I follow, or if I'm not in
people
those
that legit
circles.
don't know what you're talking about. Do you want to give them a little heads up about the strike, like what it is?
Yeah. Amazon warehouse workers apparently were threatening a strike during Prime Day.
They did,
and
strike.
they went through with it.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't know like that was a story like that had been building up before that, because like I said, I don't watch the news.
Yeah, I don't either. What?
It was only announced like a week before or something. Okay. Yeah, I had no idea until like that morning. I came in, I was like, gonna do Twitch sells out, little tongue in cheek, blah blah blah. They're like, hey, guess what?
Yeah.
Oh baby. Nice
baby.
Distraction. Thanks, Ko.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Kai's got you covered.
He's a great straight guy. That Kai.
Kai's very first distraction action live on stream.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I don't know if that just means that I don't follow the right people, because I didn't know it all until like the day of that was a thing, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll just do that sponsored stream today for Amazon and just see what happens.
Right?
Yeah, I'll be front page. Then I watched Poopsie ads for about 10 minutes, and it was great. So there we go.
Yeah, I didn't even know until like the end of the day yesterday when I was looking at my PMs and stuff that people like streamers were straight up not even streaming for that.
Yeah.
There were more than a few streamers that were like, I'm not going to stream on Twitch today to support the workers. It's kind of like I had no idea we were going that far with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was not aware.
I had fun streaming.
Yeah, it's kind of rough. It's kind of rough. Anyways,
Hold on. Why did you watch Poopsie? I
didn't know what it was. Turn your speakers down a little bit. I tried like 3 times to get your attention in various chats. We're getting some bleep.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have nothing open right now. I'm sorry.
Well, I should thank you for that. Thank you for being focused on the show. Turn your fucking speakers down.
If it's still bad, let me know. I'll put some headphones on.
Okay, we'll do. No, I Poopsies were on sale, Zeke, and I clicked on one, and I didn't know what I was looking at, and everyone was like, "Dude, there's a video. You should watch it. It'll explain it." So I like clicked on the ad and like on the images or whatever, and there's always a video at the end of that. So I clicked on that and then saw what Poopsies are, and my mind was open to a world of unicorn poop. Okay, let's just do it. We're just gonna watch it. Hold on. Let's give him Ghost confused, so we have to watch this.
It's really where do these come from? Like, are these
Hell,
an American
the
invention?
seventh layer of hell, probably.
The seventh circle
See,
of Hades.
I thought you guys were talking about like socks or something.
No, I gotta find this. Where's the one with the video ad? God damn it! Now I'm not gonna be able to find it. Is this it? Here it is. I don't know which one this is. Hold on. Okay, let me do this. Oh, this is the one that has the Poo-ritos and the Farta in it. Doritos and Fanta. All right, here we go.
Oh my God.
This is good. This is good stuff. Enjoy.
Oopsie sparkly critters.
It's so loud.
Poopsie, 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 sparkly critters. Unbox critter inside. Feed him a drink, shake, shake, surprise. Will she spit or poop? She poops. It's a slime surprise. Unicorn magic, sparkle slime too. Slime surprise.
Wait, this
Will
is
she
real?
spit or poop? Poopsie, poopsie,
She just bend down to smell it? What?
Poopsie sparkly critters. Over 15 to collect. Each sold separately. You can collect the rainbow.
You guys want to collect the rainbow?
That's real?
It's a real thing, man.
That's not like an Adult Swim ad?
Nope. It's a real thing. You can buy it on Amazon right now.
Oh, what the
Never-
fuck, man?
I'm never
Really?
eating Skittles ever again.
Well, you know they have those like dolls, right? Where-
Game?
Shit, it's playing again.
Vomit?
What? Yeah.
That's the thing. You do, like, what?
Yeah.
You guys are kidding. Is this a joke? This
No,
has
it's
to be
real.
a joke.
It's real. It's a real thing.
Hold on.
It's rough stuff, man. I kind of want to order a bunch just to see what it's about.
Sweet mother of God.
Well,
Exist.
it's really like honestly an amazing. Whoever invented this thing, whoever created this brand, is actually like quite smart, because they somehow circumvented back in the day where you would have the dolls that would just be like, oh, the doll made a mess, you got to clean it up, and now they're just like, nope, this doll will poop or it'll spit, and you have to clean it up, and we're going to sell you that stuff that's reusable just over and over. And you can also mix unicorn salt or dust into it and it'll change the color.
I'm a little confused here. This looked like it was angled towards younger girls.
I think it is.
Is
Is
that
it
what
not?
they're into these days?
I guess. I don't know. I think it's just kids in general just want this stuff. Your kid maybe one day you might get the first Poopsie sponsorship on Twitch.
Yeah, no.
Well, it's either that or
This is-
mobile
this
games.
is
You got to
like-
choose your poison.
This is like something out of Idiocracy, the movie. Like this is slightly horrifying to me.
Mhm.
Like, what the?
Yeah.
I'm stunned. They even have like brands that they feed these little
Well-
things.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. Like,
Art Eatos.
Yeah.
we used to.
Doritos.
You remember when we would play with stuff called GAC?
Oh yeah,
That
Gag
kind of
is
thing.
great. Yeah. It's same
I mean,
shit.
What's the
I
difference, really?
I think this is slightly different. I'm going to go ahead and say this is different.
Look, they're just trying to break down the societal walls that scat porn has really built up over the years. And so they're, teaching kids that it's fine to play with shit.
Really hoping we weren't going to go that way.
To
be honest, also, I was
I've
kind of
had some
expecting
harsh clips in my time, but that's
I was kind of expecting that from this side, JP, not really this side.
Look,
yeah, man.
it is what it is.
Changed,
Zeke up
bro.
used up all of his dang bro moments on that Twime sells out. I can't even talk anymore. I'm so ashamed.
Which Prime sells out?
Welcome to Twitch
Twime?
Prime.
Hey, lots of money, Bill.
Oh man.
No, I think I like. Ugh. It's not the first time that I've seen a child's toy advertised like you're eating poop. Like
Yeah.
it's a. Like I remember a friend of mine had a little sister who had this thing that you would like. It was like a jelly bean storage. Like you'd pop them in the mouth or the head or something,
Right.
and then in order to get one, you'd be like you'd squeeze it and go, and it'd like poop it in your hand, like it had like out the butthole of the little like monster thing, whatever you had.
Yeah. Yeah. Toys are weird, man.
Because eating poop is fun, right? I can't wait till like what kind of pets you want? You want a rabbit? Okay, and then the kids out there just going, just eating the poop.
Is that the
Like,
Tide
from the-
Pod
like-
of future generations where they just eat everything shit because the Poopsie told them to? And the other
I
ad,
ate that poop. See, why can't I eat this one?
yeah, and the other
Also-
ad,
Well, actually, like even worse though is they're like the size of a mouse, and like mouse turds are horribly like hazardous to your health.
oh yeah, for sure. The other ad, they actually give you a keychain, and in the ad it says to put the Poopsie in the keychain because it keeps it fresh. And that was when I really started laughing hard because that's, man, what an idea that is.
You don't want to eat old poop.
Yeah, you want to make sure your poop is ripe for the playing with, so put it in this keychain. Man,
Now that is edible, right?
I don't
am
think it's
wrong about
edible.
that?
I
Were
don't
they
believe
eating
it's
it?
edible. No.
Oh, it was just like Play-Doh.
It's like gack. It's like gack is what it is. It's like
Oh,
sparkly
there
gack.
you go. But it's not like okay, so it's not edible.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I honestly, I'm an adult, and I was like, that looks like you're supposed to eat it. It does. Like the colors of it, it looks like you're supposed to eat it.
Yeah. Well,
I just wanted to thank all of you again for being here for our 200th episode.
200th episode, Poopsie.
200 episodes, and here we are.
200 episodes later. Oh man,
This show's really gone to shit, guys.
dude! I remember when we first started. It was like we're gonna have a guest every week, a topic every week. We're gonna tackle issues that affect streamers.
We were good for the first like 30 episodes, and then we realized, guys, we don't have it that bad. There's not that many issues that we face. So what the fuck are we gonna do for the rest of this show? And here we are with another
Keep it real surface.
170 episodes.
Maybe we can bring on the creator of Poopsie next week.
Hey, I'll see. I'll have the agent reach out to him. We'll see what happens.
Awesome.
Has there been any news like at all like this week? There has
Gaming
been, right?
news?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Not a lot. Not a
Yeah,
lot.
let's see.
There's
Let's
been a
see.
few things, but I don't know
Past
if anything
week.
major.
Uh,
Found out that the new Fire Emblem's going to be fully voice acted. Pretty pumped about that.
yeah, a bunch of Fire Emblem stuff.
'Cause it's going to be a long game, so that was a concern.
Yeah,
Mine.
someone was saying that it's 90 hours per thing, and there's 3 of them.
80 hours
Yeah,
on an average playthrough, and there are 3 different houses that you can play.
yeah. That's
But
all.
apparently, I heard a later thing saying that was a little bit misleading because like some of the house stuff overlaps. So from what I understand, it's not like 80 per house.
Mm.
But and again, I don't think anyone's played it yet, so I don't
Yeah.
know if anyone actually knows that.
Who knows? We'll see when it comes out at the end.
Regardless, it's 80 hours. I'd be happy with just 80 hours. So that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah. Tetris Effect got announced for the PC, Zeke, and with VR support, but it is an Epic Game Store exclusive. So that was a roller coaster.
Is it really?
Of news. Yeah. I'm fairly certain it's launching on Epic Game Store. I don't know if it's exclusive. We'll wait for chat to chime in on that. It does have unlocked frame rate and 4K support, so that might get me to grab it once again, just to see what that game looks like in actual proper resolution VR instead of the like 380p or whatever the PSVR spits out. I don't know what it spits out resolution wise, but that sounds like a huge slight towards the PSVR. I'm just saying I want to see some high def Tetris VR in my face. That's it. That's what I'm saying. We'll see. I don't know. What else was out there news wise? There's that new Switch coming out. That was kind of last week though, I think, is when they announced that. The Switch Lite.
I've heard a lot of folks that use the Switch primarily for mobile are actually pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
And they're letting you move your profile stuff from the desktop to the Switch Lite.
But you can't move it back. It's only like a move 2 and that's it, right?
I don't know.
I think that's what it is. That's why some people are kind of upset because it's not like once it's on that Switch Lite, it's there.
So wait. If I wanted to use my Switch Lite because I was going on a week-long vacation, then I could move my profile to it. But when I get home, I wouldn't be able to move it back.
Yes, I believe so.
Really? That seems really weird.
Yeah, it seems like Nintendo, to be honest.
Yeah, I swear to God, it's like every Nintendo announcement has to have an asterisk, and then the asterisk at the bottom says, "Just wait, we'll find a way to screw this up."
Yeah.
Like it's almost like every time they announce something good, there's just a little bit of bad in there somewhere. I don't get it, man.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Apparently, there's also another Switch SKU announced today. It's a Switch with a longer battery, like a normal Switch, I guess. I haven't not seen that news yet. The Switch Revision. I don't know.
So they're releasing a smaller one for travel, but then also a larger battery, so you can use the other one for longer travel.
Yeah, new Nintendo Switch model will have much better battery life. It's the same old Switch, just longer lasting, as Polygon reports.
Cool.
So in order to get that, I have to get another Switch.
Right. Yeah,
Right.
they're not just going to sell you the battery to like pop
Oh,
in
good.
there. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Night call codes are going out for people that are interested in that this week. That's kind of fun.
Nice. Yeah, new Switch revision will last between 4.5 to 9 hours per charge, where the current one lasts for 2.5 to 6.5 hours, depending on the game. With about 3 hours of playtime in Breath of the Wild, is what they're saying. So, a little bit longer battery. If you're going on those flights and you don't have a cable or something like that.
I was playing with my Switch, and that's definitely a concern when I'm traveling.
Yeah,
It's like because it also it takes for fucking ever to charge up too.
it does. Yeah. Also, I hate when the Switch is like dead. It takes for fucking ever for that first charge to where it will actually like boot to occur, and I have no idea why. I always think like, oh fuck, my Switch is broken, but it's like no, it just takes for fucking ever for it to charge. It's crazy. Yeah, chat's saying just get a battery bank. Yeah, that's ultimately what I have like 5 or 6 different battery banks for my wireless Vive, so I just steal those now whenever I go on a trip.
Yeah, just get something that's outside of the thing.
Yeah.
Like, hey, why don't I just bring a whole setup? Why don't I just
get a
bring a
generator.
monitor?
Just get a generator.
And yeah, exactly. A car battery. Why don't I just bring that with me?
You're not wrong.
Fuck you.
Apart from that, there's no news. It's been a pretty slow week, to say the least. A bunch of Monster Hunter trailers as well. A lot of people are getting super excited for Iceborne. I'm trying to decide. Coat, you played a bunch of the Monster Hunters. Are you going to wait till PC?
100%.
Yeah,
I'm sad that I didn't do it with the original,
really.
so I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. Monster Hunter on PC, for me, not everyone, but for me, Monster Hunter on PC was night and day different between console. I had more fun. It was easier to play. I just enjoyed it more. But I kind of ran out of steam on it because I basically did everything twice, and I did a pretty thorough playthrough on the PS4 before.
Right.
So this time around, I really do want to dive into the expansion, but I'm going to wait to do it on PC, which is an indeterminate time at this point. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I said
Yeah,
that.
yeah. As people in chat are saying, the load times alone were a big difference. The 60 FPS was great. Like there was lots of little improvements that added up to be a pretty sizable.
Yeah, load times included in that playthrough added like hours to it on the PlayStation.
Overall,
yeah, it's kind of sad. I think I said the same thing when the game was originally coming out that I was going to wait, but the addiction might be too much. I might succumb to the marketing gurus at Capcom of buying both when they both release.
I hate to say it though, and this is the part that does kind of suck about this. As a Twitch streamer, there's no question doing the first one, the one on the console, is going to be like twice as lucrative, if not more so.
Oh yeah,
that does kind of suck. But thankfully, the game's good enough to where it's just like, play it, whatever.
Yep.
We'll make it work.
Yep, I agree. Before we jump into the games you guys have been playing.
Oh my god. Listen, Final Fantasy, I don't want to hear anything.
Look,
about
Final
the games
Fantasy
we've been playing
is a real man's game.
Line up this way. It's a real.
I mean, look, it's really, when you consider games as an entity, it really fits every hole that you can really fit it in. It nails them all, you know?
Yep.
Put that on the side of the box right there.
Well said.
Gotta fill those holes, JP.
Final Fantasy XIV. It fills all the holes.
Yep. Like it's gonna have like a quote on the box. Like itmeJP says, "This one fills all your holes."
I'd love it. That'd be great. Put that on the side of a box. And then just have the catfish head, just like give it a thumbs up. Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. Before we get to the exquisite selection of products that you have brought for us today to really just converse on, let's do some questions here from Crazy Dan. First question. On our last episode, you mentioned how Zeke was the awkward one. I didn't mention that. Zeke said he was the awkward one before we move forward with that. Of the Triforce of this show. My question is, what aspect does JP and Co represent in this Triforce, and what powers do you get for obtaining said part of said Triforce?
Well, the parts of the Triforce, the actual Triforce, are courage, wisdom, and power, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think we should start there.
Okay.
Because
I already know immediately where to go.
I would say I'm courage.
Yes.
Co is wisdom, and JP's power.
Done. That's where I'd go exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's why we work. That's like it's like exactly like. Do you have it? Would you say the same thing, Co?
Oh, I would. Yeah, but my piece has arrogance and humble bragging in it, right?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Does Zelda do a lot of that? Because she's wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we're good then.
Because I'm Link, you're Zelda, and JP, of course, is Ganon.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. I won't argue that. That was an easy question. These are getting really
Yeah,
easy.
I'm adorable. I'll take that too.
Second question.
Okay, but I think he asked us to make up one. So if this was our Triforce of Power and mine was awkward, and my power would be like, I think you have to name what the power is and what the power does. So I have the Triforce of Power that's awkwardness, and my power is to no matter how awkward you think you are, I will make you look great. I think that's my power. Like,
Okay.
I will make all awkward nerds like pale in comparison to the dumb shit that I say.
My superpower would be the power of misdirected ignorance, where I can make you fundamentally feel like I know what I'm talking about, when honestly I have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. Rarely ever, really. I mostly just Google things and read off Wikipedia during the show.
It's true.
So your Triforce would be like confidence, like false confidence,
False
or
confidence.
like
Yeah.
there we
It's
go.
misdirected confidence. Absolutely.
Beautiful.
I'm trying to think where I would.
The
go with
Triforce
that.
of bullshit.
Yeah. The Triforce. Yeah.
got-
Bullshittery. I like that. Let's call it
Awkward.
that.
Bullshit.
Bullshittery.
Awkward bullshittery. What's the third part of that Triforce that I would fill out? You might have to help me here because there's so many options I can go with. You know, there's so many different.
Oh, I think something focusing on your king shitness.
Right,
probably be
but
a
that's
way to
also
do
what the
that.
original was. So there's not much. Maybe it's just power.
Ego. I think ego.
Okay, ego.
Oh,
yeah,
oh.
yeah.
The amazing ability to represent an obscene amount of power when actually holding little to none.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
I would agree with that. But then
Like a paper tiger.
So
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
would that be?
The ultimate glass cannon if they also didn't do DPS?
Would that be false ego then? Is that what we would say? Like, what is the power that the false ego gives? Just the ability to appear like they're important?
I will say you do have this power where you can somehow inspire people to rally around you.
It's true.
Like people will be inspired by you, but it's not because you're like this heroic figure. It's because you embody like the shitness.
That's
of
true.
it is. I feel like we need the voice from Trailer Park Boys right now. It's like a shit NATO of shit storms in a cluster in like a hurrah shit. All like right around like a beam of light down into your chair.
So is it embarrassment that others have by being around me, where they're trying to rise above it? I
don't know. I think the actual superpower is, and I don't know how, but somehow like people react like you are legitly inspiring them with this stuff. Like it's inspirational shittiness. Like people actually they flock to it. It attracts a crowd.
Okay.
You know, like it's a legit power. I
I
couldn't
think
do
we're
that.
getting too far in the weeds here. I think we got to boil it down to one thing.
That's what I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying to like distill all this into one singular thing, and I'm
That's
I like hubris. I think hubris is a great. It would be a great power.
okay. I agree with that.
Let me just make sure that I know the definition, because I think I do, but I'm not positive. I could be wrong. I think okay. Hubris
There we
is
go.
excessive pride or self-confidence.
Might be hubris. Yeah.
I think Dear Leader probably said it best. So JP is Ricky, Co is Julian, and Zeke is Bubbles.
Oh fuck, you're right.
Oh, are those? Is that the Trailer Park show?
Goddamn Stamp Squanch.
See, I've never seen that show. So who am I again? Who do I need to Google? What's his name? Ricky.
You're Ricky.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I approve of this.
I need a drink.
I don't know though.
Yeah. No. Yep. I'm in. That's fine. Do I get the cool shirts as well?
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
man.
Okay, great.
No, dude, like, I mean, like, you just totally, you got it, man. I mean, you made a great point. and JP agree with it. I mean, it's like getting two birds stoned at once.
Mm-hmm. Is this another trailer park reference that just occurred?
Now let's all
Thank
just
you.
let it go. It's water under the fridge.
Okay. Jesus. Should I?
We
should
call
I
these
be-
Zekeisms.
Oh. Okay.
They are from the show. They're actually called Rickyisms, and you get like a mug with like all of them on it.
Maybe I should watch this show. I've never
That'd be
seen
great.
it. I've never seen it.
Yeah. No, he has a
A book.
one of the shticks of his character is that he does malapropisms like all the time.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Like kind of like Yogi Berra did back in the day. Like when you come to a fork in the road, take it.
Yeah.
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 I would like
okay.
to state for the court record that Zeke just used a word that I have no idea what it means. Well done, Zeke. I approve. Malapropism?
Malapropism. Yeah, it's when you fuck up like
idioms or whatever.
well-known things like
Yeah.
phrases or whatever.
Some excellent Spanish. Thank you.
Yeah. It's a Spanish word, obviously.
Ah,
Second.
bienvenido. I think.
Second question.
Welcome. Oh, de nada. Nothing.
Sorry, I went ahead and read this question and let Zeke finish out his thing. Do you have any particular strategy to deal with being angry while on stream in terms of dealing with it? If the source of the anger is from chat, how long do you go before you give your retort to the masses? I imagine someone can only be a punching bag for so long. Well, I don't know. Zeke's made a career out of it. So, Zeke, you want to...
I know.
I was expecting a much worse response than that, but you're just rolling with it. Yeah, I don't...
That's absolutely true. Like, this has been a known thing amongst me and my friends. And one of my buddies who... he moved to New York to be like a stand-up comedian. And one of the things that he tried to... I don't know, adopt from me was the ability to be hilarious while angry. Because
I think that's a
I
skill.
learned a long time ago that when I'm actually genuinely angry, it took a long time to realize it, but once I did, it was a benefit to me that when I'm genuinely angry, it's funny. And people get people laugh hysterically. And when I was a kid, that was awful. That was an awful thing because I'd be like just super fucking pissed off and people would be just rolling, tears streaming down their eyes. I'm like, I am mad. I am seriously mad. And they're like, oh my God, stop. Oh my God, stop.
Yeah. I understand that. I get that. I think, yeah, and I get like seriously angry, specifically in general, but also on stream. I get quiet. Most of the times it's just like faux outrage where I'm just like doing it for the laughs or the goofs. But every once in a while, mostly when I'm playing co-op games with Strippin, I'll get really quiet. And like 20 minutes in, Strip will make a joke and I just won't respond. And Strippin will be like, oh, okay. I understand what's going on. Or like, yeah, on the final boss of Sekiro, like turn off camera, turn off mic, just like fuming in silence. It's a silent rage.
Introverted rage.
Is that what that is? Is that the introverted rage? I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Sure.
I agree
It's a
with that
science term I just made up.
Yeah. Sounds smart. I like it.
Well, one of the points of that question is if the source of the anger is from chat, how long do you go before giving your retort to the masses?
About
as
half
short
a
as
second.
possible.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. It has to be as short as possible, or else you're going to look like you took all this
festered on
time.
it. Yeah.
Exactly. That means they win. If you retort immediately, then it's you put less care into the retort and you have given them less power by saying like, I'm going to answer this right now and then forget about it forever, rather than like, I'm going to come up with the best fucking thing to say to you. Give me a minute. It's coming. I've got it.
Yeah.
And I honestly will state that sometimes when someone says something to me in chat and I don't have like a super, like what I would consider like something at least a little bit clever to respond. I will tell them like, I saw your comment. I don't have a clever response, but fuck you anyway. Like I'll make sure to like take care of it right now. So I'm not stewing on it.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll also just go for a joke, and if it doesn't land, I'll just like roll with it and really like just lean into the bad joke, and that's even funnier for people to watch. So it's good.
That's like half my show is jokes that don't land properly.
Yeah.
You're there.
So yeah, I think there's that route that me and Zeke do where we just respond immediately. Every once in a while, I'll just act like it never happened, and I'll do that for about maybe 2 or 3 streams, and then there's something that breaks the camel's straw. That term. So
That is a malapropism.
I know I'm really into that word, so I'm going to be doing that as much as possible.
Broke the camel's
Today we
straw.
learned.
That's perfect.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Poor camel and its straw. Yeah, every once in a while there's something that'll just like be too much, and it'll prompt a response of just like an immediate whatever it is. So, do you? I guess you've called out people every once in a while. It's not that harsh in terms of your streams, but
I do all the time.
yeah, it's usually a little bit more
Yeah.
comical though, and less like rage fueled than I think me and Zeke.
Depends on the comment. Like
Yeah.
the thing is you know, as we're in an interesting position as streamers where although the community is a completely separate entity, a lot of times our actions can influence what type of community we have.
Right.
So, for instance, like if I see somebody like really being a dick to somebody else, or somebody just like being racist or homophobic or that kind of thing, like I will kind of like seriously like stop what I'm doing and make sure and call that out and make sure people know how unacceptable that is, and stuff like that. And that stuff will get me. Some of the few stuff that gets me like legit gets me kind of frustrated and angry.
Yeah.
But in terms of like the question itself, do I have a strategy to deal with being angry while on stream? The big thing I do is I get angry on stream all the time. And I do it for a variety of reasons. I got angry for a few times today on stream. And the thing for me is when I feel myself getting to that point, the first thing I do is look for an opportunity to crack a joke. I realize I know enough about myself to realize that I need to diffuse that situation, even if it's by just some self-deprecating, ridiculous comment out of nowhere. Just something to kind of like not only get me out of whatever I'm going into, but like just reset, you know, the whatever got me to that point. Just kind of let's divert it. Let's send it somewhere else. And that's what I do. So a lot of times, especially with like the more frustrating games, like if you'll see me, you know, on my 30th try on a Sekiro boss or something,
Right.
you watch those replays and you'll notice that all of a sudden I'm cracking a lot more bad jokes. I'll make some joke when I die, like, oh yeah, because you know I haven't been killed by that 10 times already. You know, and like I'll make these little quips and little remarks, and I'll just kind of start going with that, and I'll get more snippy and more, you know, like that kind of thing. But yeah, the thing for me is I try to directly plug my rage into poor attempts at comedy. And that generally works.
Let me ask you this.
For me, not for the stream. They think it's terrible.
Let me ask
for
you
me,
this, because I've done this a lot, especially in the past year. If I ever like really lay into someone, 5 minutes will pass, and I'll be like, "Hey, if you're still here, sorry about that, man." Like I do that.
Hey, I've
done that a lot in the past year.
I mean, it's always unfortunate sometimes because, you know, you have those members of your community that are just, let's face it, they're just trolls. They're there to get a rise out of you. They're good people. They're cornerstones of your community. But those people are there and they like when they say things that rile you up. And it's like, most days that's cool. Most days it's just a fun back and forth. But again, on that 30th try the Sekiro boss and you glance over and you just do that little, hey, get good, you jerk. And it's just like, you know what, dude? You know what? I think I'm done with your ass. How about I ban you? And if I'm feeling better in a week, I'll consider unbanning you. You trolling piece of...
Yep.
Damn, I shouldn't have died to that move. All right, let's keep going. You just have that little... And then, of course, you know, 5 minutes later, like, okay, fine. I should probably unban that guy. You know, just like...
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, man. To be fair, I should...
People in chat are bringing up one of my mods who's like I go back and forth with all the time, and I think that it's my mod Scott, who is like my right hand guy. It's been beneficial to show the chat like this is a guy I trust implicitly, and he still calls me like fat and bald and like all that kind of shit like every day,
right? Because
that's what's accepted in my channel, like banter and like throwing barbs and talking shit is like acceptable stuff. Like I think like that's possibly the reason why my channel runs the way it does, is because we hopefully everybody that comes in can tell, like, if a mod's doing this, like, this is a place where we can joke and you know, everybody can take a joke. Like, if you're gonna talk shit, expect shit to get talked back and stuff like that. And I think that has helped like diffuse a lot of the stuff, because it's hard to, like, if you throw a piece of shit into a pile of shit, it's like, oh, but if you throw it into like a china shop, it makes more of a splash. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, maybe.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, my channel is there's kind of a shit show elements to it. So it kind of takes the fun out of it. If people come in, they're like, hey, you're fat and bald. It's like, yeah, I know, but my mod, person I trust, just made a way better joke than you. So you got to come correct if you're going to, you know,
Gotta bring the guns, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you got to be clever, and you got to be like quick, like all that kind of stuff. And that's what the shitbox is for. Like in my channel, the shitbox is absolutely for the times when I'm like, I'm going to teach you how our channel works.
That is hilarious. That happened. I did that today.
Yeah.
Somebody, I don't remember what it was. Something happened in Borderlands, and people are reacting to it. And I just look over in chat, and someone was like, "Lol, that dude is so gay." And I stopped what I was doing. I timed the dude out, and I was like, "Look, I don't mind if you troll. Like, that's cool. You gotta do better than this, man.
Yeah.
You gotta do better than this. Like that is low hanging. That is dumb. Nobody says that. That has half a brain. Like." And I actually unbanned it before the 10-minute timer went up, but I was like, I want to see better from you next time.
Yeah.
I want to see something that's really going to get me, you know? Like, let's do this.
One of my favorite, there's, off the top of my head, I can think of like 3 or 4 people.
Was that yesterday?
They'll know exactly who I'm talking about if they watch this and hear this, where I've like called them out when they were either new to the channel or said like, I basically said like, hey, you need to get like a better attitude or just don't come back. And I won't ban them. I won't time out. It's like, either like stop with that and leave, or stick around and like just be a better chatter or be a better person. There's 3 people that I actually think they have reformed as a person and become like a valid and awesome member of the community. And that's like one of the best things I think as a streamer is when a chat member does that, and you can actually like see improvement over time. That's been a lot of fun for sure.
I love trolls turning into regulars. It's one of my favorite things.
Yeah,
My
it's
absolute
awesome.
favorite things.
It's awesome for sure.
What's even cooler?
Someone said this earlier. Oh, good.
Go ahead, please.
Someone said this earlier in chat, and I think it's something good to bring up pertaining to this point. JR Thread said, "Why don't you just ignore them? Certainly, if it's bad, racist, etc., you should just ban." There are times, yes, absolutely, when it's more beneficial to ignore, and I do. I will just ban, or have my mods will ban, ignore, not mention it, because there are certain the most unclever of trolls will just come in and just spam shit, spam just dumb stuff. And that's the situation where a lot of times I will just, me or my mods will just ban and never speak of it. Right. Because there's certain people that you can kind of like, by their comments, you can kind of tell they want to be part of the conversation, but they're also kind of assholes. Those people I can deal with. Those people I can teach, and those people I can welcome. But the people who just come in and like put the ASCII art with like the swastikas all over it, and they just keep spamming it and that kind of shit, like that is just like insta ban. Don't give them any attention, kind of a thing. That's what they want. They're just going from channel to channel doing that. That's all they're doing. They're going for this channel. Okay, I'm gonna do this thing. Ha, I got banned. This channel, ha, got banned. Okay, that's what they want. That's fine. I won't give them the time of day. Whereas if someone says something like, you know, some shitty comment that is about my gameplay or about how I look or something like that, but you can tell if there's like the inkling of like, I think this person wanted a laugh out of this. Wasn't just like chaotic, like bullshit. It was like this person was trying to make someone in chat, at least one person in chat, laugh, and I can work with that.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with all that.
Can you agree more? That's what's up, man.
Let's move on to the last question. If you had to pick one movie to watch with chat, which movie would it be and why?
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
And why?
because I feel like it brings up some really interesting topics that many movies don't address. And I think that it's a timeless movie where the issues that the main character is dealing with is something that everyone can understand and fundamentally relate to if they really look into it.
Zeke, you got a quick answer? Mine, I think, would be the one most recent that I watched for whatever reason would just be Chef, because it's just like such an easygoing movie to watch, but there's no inspirational thing in it. There's
Is that the John Favreau movie?
Yeah. There's no.
Okay.
It's just like a great movie that has like no drama, really. It's just about cooking food. It's just a great thing to watch.
Mine's easy.
Yeah.
Transformers, the cartoon movie.
Yeah.
Like, no question. It's just
A sing along.
It's got so many things going for it. I know every line of the movie. I love all the music. And it's just like the good guys are good, the bad guys are bad, and you cheer along with all the songs and stuff, and you're like, when Rodimus Prime comes around, like, what, not to spoil or anything, but like, dude, that movie is the fucking best.
It's pretty
It's
good.
like that's why it's like tied for my favorite movie of all time.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
I gotta say, if maybe like now that you guys have said yours, my selection feels like too real. So I'd have to say Big Lebowski.
Yeah, I mean,
That'd
there's,
be
That's
more
a good
fun.
choice too.
there's definitely tones. that you
Big
can go
Lebowski
with.
is just fun to watch.
Yeah.
That movie is just fun to watch. It should probably be a little bit better for Twitch chat, to be honest.
I'm trying to think, like, for impactful purposes to go along with Co's first choice. I don't know what I'd have to think about that. Trying to think of like the last movie that had like a lasting impression on me after I saw it, but it's been a while. I tend not to watch super heavy movies because I try to use escapism to get the fuck away and not have to worry about that, which is why I enjoy
Amen.
Marvel stuff so much, right? Because that's all those movies are, just power hungry, power trip, escapism. Yeah, I don't
Well,
know
if
those
we're going that route, like, I would love to watch, and it's not like it's not a deep. I mean, not deep. It's not a like it's not like a Schindler's List kind of a movie.
right.
It's more of like a really, really cool love story that I think would resonate with a lot of people. Amelie, if you guys have ever seen that,
I've heard about it. Yeah,
it's
I've never
one of
seen
my
it.
it's one of my top favorite movies, and it's just about a weird girl who falls in love with a weird guy, and they spend the entire movie like trying to connect. And it's fucking beautiful. It's like one of my favorite like love story movies. And it's one of those movies I really like movies like that when two weirdos like fall in love. Like that's my favorite like kind of love story.
Favorite
Like
romantic comedy,
to and to some degree was it Secretary with James Spader and Gyllenhaal?
yeah, Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Another kind of like two weirdos got together and they like fall in love. It's great.
Yeah. Both movies, I know what they are. I've never seen them. I might watch them now after your takes on them. Those are the Crazy Dan's questions of the week. Thank you very much, Crazy Dan. We'll see you next week. Let's talk games for a little bit, I guess. It's been an hour. We should probably mention them, I guess. The Borderlands 2. Is it more Borderlands? The DLC,
Yeah,
actually.
more
We were
Borderlands.
talking Borderlands 2 last week, but you're doing DLC.
Doing DLC, I did my very first runs probably of Torg and first runs in memory, I should say, of the Torg DLC. Did the Captain Scarlet DLC, and today I started the Tiny Tina DLC, and they're just awesome. They're so much fun. Like the Tiny Tina DLC. Have you guys both played the Tiny Tina DLC?
I have played only the Tiny Tina DLC from Borderlands 2 because it was a D&D thing.
Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say, like, Zeke, I don't know if you've ever played it. You would
I've only played through the
probably-
main story of Borderlands 2.
Dude, you would love it. It is essentially a D&D campaign inside of the game.
Yep.
Like there are so many jokes for tabletop players. It is obscene. But I'm only about halfway through it in 3.5 hours, and it has been awesome. There's some phenomenal side quests. At one point, like you come up across like 3 NPC characters that are all named like 420 No Scope and like Swags a lot, like all these things, and they're
Yeah.
camping a mob, and you have to kill and teabag them to make them rage quit, so you can then camp the mob. Like it is It is beautiful.
I remember that.
Everywhere you turn, there's like amazing references and great voice acting, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I can't wait to continue it tomorrow.
It's been good. Is this getting you? I mean, obviously you're going through this and prepped for Borderlands 3, but is it doing the job of getting you sufficiently hyped for it? Because we've all been kind of lukewarm on Borderlands 3.
Yeah, one of the reasons I wanted to do the franchise playthrough was kind of get back in the mode of Borderlands. And I gotta say, now that I'm playing a whole new character that I've never played before, I'm really focusing on doing like the Tiny Tina DLC. We're doing all the side quests. The Borderlands 2 run, we actually did every quest available outside the arenas. So it's been a lot more fun. Like I'm learning a lot more about the game, and more importantly, this is like the first time I played through the game and really focused on the lore and like the stories and the characters and how they connect and stuff. And that has helped me understand. There are so many little references in this game, all over the place if you pay attention, and it's a very rich world. It's not like, I've played a lot of games where I feel like the worlds are kind of empty or just kind of like uninspiring, and the Borderlands franchise is kind of the opposite of that. At least, well, I'm told until I get to the pre-sequel, which is what I'm doing after I finish up Tiny Tina's. I've heard that unfortunately is a little not quite as much as 1 and 2, but 2 especially it's really, really been a lot of fun, and it's getting me very, very excited for Borderlands 3 for sure.
Nice. Yeah,
I've heard that. I mean, do you think that's like the reason behind the fervent fanship or fanship?
Fandom.
Fandom. There you go. The fervent fandom behind Borderlands. Do you think it's because of their deep universe?
I think the real fandom from Borderlands comes from this being one of the probably games I can count the amount of games like this on one hand. And this type of game is phenomenal for both casual players and people that want to put thousands of hours in. It's absolutely awesome.
You play rock, paper, scissors with someone.
The reason why I did that because he said I can count them on one hand.
Doing a list.
He had like no fingers up. I was like, none.
I was going to do a list, and I decided not to, and I just went back and forth. So now I'm just waving my fist around like an idiot. But the point is, like, I think that like if you play Borderlands casually, you can go through it on solo or with a few friends. It's super easy. You don't really need to pay attention if you don't want to. There's waypoints everywhere. It's great. If you want to play it as a completionist, there's tons of completion things in this with the badass ranks and the extra stuff and the DLC and all the other packs. If you want to play it as a loot farmer, there's so many things to go farm and loot and builds to experiment. Like the reason I think Borderlands is really so attractive to so many people, and one of the reasons people have been playing it for a decade and still chomping at the bit for the next one, is just how much game there is that caters to so many different types of players. You can have a great time just playing through it one time casual with your friends, or 1,000 hours farming every single item that you want. And the game provides for both, which is rare. Most of the time a game will like try to do both and generally screw up pretty majorly in one or the other. But these guys do a good job. A very good job.
I think there's something to be said too about the characters. Like if you think, obviously there's been characters in video games that people have latched onto much before Borderlands 2, but it did a really good job of like creating characters like Tiny Tina and people like that, or characters in the game like that.
All the Vault Hunters.
Yeah, like they're all memorable.
Handsome Jack is iconic.
Yeah, like, they're great characters. So people definitely latched onto that to jump to Zeke's point that he brought up.
Also going to your character thing, not only is their character development and most importantly their voice acting incredible, but they do a great job of every time they have a major game or even expansion, there's generally one major character that then you get to know and you get attached to that then leads you through the entire experience. So you have like Captain Scarlet in the Scarlet DLC, Torg in the Torg DLC, Tiny Tina in the Tiny Tina, and they kind of like not only hold your hand, but they're always done to a really high quality.
Right.
So it's like there's a solid backbone kind of taking you through everything else. It's well done.
Yeah. I'm curious to see when you get to the prequel, when we discuss it. I don't have very good memories of that game at all.
Dude,
so
the only prequel I've ever played was with this Joker.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that. Didn't you play with Bike Man?
Me, Zeke, and Bike. And the idea was pre-sequel had just come out. 3 dudes that like hanging out together normally. Hey, I'm sure we'll have a good time, fun with friends, right? And then what, Zeke? We played it for 2 hours, 3 hours? And all 3 of us were just like, it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
Not really feeling this. And that was it. And then we all just quit. And that was my pre-sequel experience. Like, I have to admit, it's one of the only times that I couldn't have fun with friends.
Yeah, man, Jesus, when there's a game that's not fun with friends, that's a rough time for sure.
It was pretty rough. Oh, and yeah, I definitely gave her that. Of course I did. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what you do.
yeah, of course, of course.
But no, actually, I will say though that the pre-sequel run I am looking forward to doing. Like from what I understand, the real faults of the pre-sequel are that it doesn't have like the soul of Borderlands. The side quests are pretty bunk. It doesn't really add much. What I have been told is probably the best part of the pre-sequel is if you just like burn through the main story. Like apparently there's some pretty good stuff if you just get through the main story. So that's going to be my plan with the pre-sequel. And then of course there's one DLC featuring Claptrap, and I'm planning on doing that as well. And then we're going to go into the Telltale Borderlands, and then finally for the franchise, return to Borderlands 2 to do that little connective DLC they've released, because they now have a DLC out that is for Borderlands 2 that leads directly into Borderlands 3. So we're going to be doing that.
Yeah, cool.
You played Tales from the Borderlands before, right?
I did when it came out. So
Okay,
it's been a very good.
It's the best Borderlands game.
Best Telltale.
Yeah, best Telltale. Well, yeah, best
so.
Telltale game. I'd agree. I had to
By far.
think back.
Yeah, like it was really good.
I'm biased.
Yeah, I
Can't
know
wait
you
to play
like
again.
the comic book one that I'm failing to remember the
Wolf
name
Among
of.
Us.
Like Wolf Among Us, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was good.
yeah.
That was good.
They were both good for sure. I still remember that last scene in Wolf Among Us where you start to. Anyways, go play the game. It's got a cool reveal multiple times throughout the game. Zeke, let's demonetize this video. I think. What's going on here? It's not Borderlands 2 DLC. This is something else.
What game is this? I don't know. I don't remember it.
Yeah.
I don't remember it at all. I'm looking at the screen and I don't remember it.
I mean, we could
The
spend
only
this.
thing that keeps coming to mind is just Monica.
Do I?
Love it.
Can
Love it.
can that be explained, or do I need to experience the Just Monica thing?
Do you have
playing.
do you have any want to play this?
No,
Not at all.
no.
Okay.
The only thing that this could ever be is if there ever is a charity stream, I could see this, I guess, popping up on there, because I'm sure people would be super into it. So maybe.
Okay.
Hold on. Then before we continue this, JP's chat. Would you guys like to see JP do this for a charity goal?
Oh, they would probably be super into it.
Well, then maybe we should go ahead and do
Maybe
that.
we shouldn't explain it. Yeah. Maybe we shouldn't explain it.
Wow, that is like, okay, I was expecting a lot more no's. That's awesome. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Only-
okay.
The smart ones
Go
are
ahead.
saying he would hate it, which is probably true. But I might also
To be-
Hey, I watched
To
Poopsie
be
videos.
fair, I didn't really like the first couple of few hours of it.
Okay. I don't know if I'd well, if it was for charity, I'd have to. So, yeah. That's up to you. You guys can either be the ones to open
Well,
my
how much-
eyes or keep the shades on.
How much do you like visual novels?
Oh, I'm all about them. I play Final Fantasy,
if you're
so
all
I
about
just
'em, like-
I just read nonstop in that game.
I mean, I think it's honestly overhyped. I mean, it's just a cute visual novel, like from start to finish. There's nothing like, I mean, there are some like plot twists and turns, but there's nothing like I was expecting to get like really surprised by something, and I wasn't ever.
Okay.
So I think you could probably make your way through it without really getting to anything that is gonna like surprise you all that much. Like you were a pretty even keeled guy, right, JP?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think you'll be just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Another important thing is, JP, you could easily finish this in a stream. If you
That's
sat
not
down
right.
and just burned through it, you could get through it in a stream, I'd say.
I don't know if that's
I
real or
didn't,
not. 'cause
but
Zeke-
then again, I read every single voice like
Oh.
in character and stuff. So, and also like there was a lot of times when I stopped and just talked to the audience about how boring the game is.
Mhm.
I did
Just
that a lot.
like,
too,
oh my
actually.
god, how long is this gonna take? Holy crap! Jeez, terrible. Why did you guys? And then I had to like extend it to another day, which made it even worse.
All right. We'll
It's
see.
slow as fuck, and it's like, you want me to? I'll just spoil the surprise for you.
It's up to you.
There's no tentacles. I'm just gonna let you know right now. There's no tentacles at all in the game, and I was pissed.
Disappointing.
I was a little pissed. That's the surprise.
Disappointing. It's disappointing.
I wasn't expecting you to ruin it.
Sorry.
I mean, I've already
Sorry.
done the thumbnail search through the entire. I didn't see any tentacles here in this.
I give this game a Vohi out of Yo.
We could see a little preview here, thanks to the Twitch Prime thing. I mean, I think we're safe for the tentacleness, from what I could tell, at least for the first VOD.
Yeah,
Well,
Zeke,
now I'm not playing it.
I saw multiple clips from Zeke during the playthrough. Pretty much for the majority of Zeke's playthrough, I knew something big would happen because I would start seeing clip links in my chat. That's how I was alerted. I was like, "Oh, he's at that part. Oh, he's at that part. Great. Okay, that's
Yep.
awesome." So it was, yeah, I was vicariously following your playthrough while streaming. Funny enough, and it was extremely enjoyable. As somebody who
MSNBC
is also
was up for it.
Yeah,
been through it.
yeah, they were.
I have to
into it.
admit, there's one clip in particular. I'm not going to say the subject of it, but it is one of the hardest switches I've ever seen from Zeke between two different emotions, and it
Oh.
is one of the funniest things I've seen from him.
Huh.
Like, just like, hey, I'm feeling this. Nope. Just like completely different direction. Yeah. So there's a lot of there's a lot of really good stuff in it. What I would honestly recommend to you, JP, is as we all play video games for a living,
Uh-huh.
I can safely say that I have never played another game like this one, like Doki.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's something that would be interesting to you, but I mean, I've played a lot of games.
It'll probably be a charity thing.
None of them do things to the degree that Doki does.
Okay.
In many different facets, not just like one part of the game or one thing. Like there are numerous spider web-esque directions that the game goes that I never would have expected, and I've not seen other products do. So if for that alone, I'd say if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I would say it's probably worth checking.
When did this come out? I don't remember this ever being like a
Years
big
ago.
point of discussion in the video game world. Like, I don't remember the zeitgeist of this thing at all. But
It came out September 22nd, 2017.
okay.
Yeah, it's a couple years old.
Oh, it hasn't even been out 2 years.
Maybe I
And
just
it's
always
free,
wrote it off.
y'all.
Oh, it is? It's free?
Yeah. Here's the thing. It's absolutely free. I chose to get like the founder pack or whatever, the art asset pack or whatever, not for $9.99, because not only because I streamed it and ostensibly made money from doing that, but also because like it was a really cool experience, and I felt like the dev deserved at least that much
Right.
for giving me that set experience.
So there's like an alternate art pack. Is that what you said that you can get?
There's like a sketchbook
Oh, okay.
and like, yeah, different like little extra shit that you can get that I wouldn't get until after you don't buy it until after you play the game, by the way,
Oh, it's
because
got spoilers.
there's spoiler shit in there
Okay.
for sure.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
Zeke.
I just want to let you know, like Co will appreciate this, and anybody who knows will appreciate this. Like this, my desktop now. That's my desktop. Just letting you know.
Nice.
That's pretty great.
That's my girl. That's my girl right there.
All right.
What? Why, Zeke? It's just Monica.
I know, it's just Monica, man.
I'll have to figure it out. I'll be in on this joke.
One thing I did want to ask you, Zeke, did you follow up with any DDLC stuff after your stream?
Follow up? What do you mean?
Have you watched the video?
No. Nope.
You need to.
No, I don't want to watch video. I want to do it.
You can't.
You have to, is
Need to
there
watch
just a
video.
video?
Trust me. There is stuff in that video you will never be able to do yourself.
Because it's too like hard to find or something?
Here, you can
Weirdly
talk
enough,
about it.
I don't really want to spoil it for you, but
Okay.
it's like there's a video out that explains the behind the scenes working of the game, and it is wildly eye opening.
Oh, it's just somebody's like theory on it. It's not like the
Yes,
dev
it
like
is- it
telling
is-
shit.
It's actually by the game theory guys. But again,
Okay.
it's 95%. Like when you watch it, you understand. Like it's not like he's coming up with theories. Like he's step by step showing you where he got it. So it
No,
is.
I know, and that's why I
wild.
want to play it again. That's why I want to play it again before I watch a video
again,
like that. What?
You're not. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. There's stuff that involves like. Let's watch it.
Don't say it. Don't say it. It's okay. It's okay.
Well, trust me, though. Trust me, though.
There's
You need to watch the video.
absolutely no harm in me playing it again from the beginning.
Oh, for sure. But I'm
and
just
then
saying,
it's trying to preemptively guess what's going on.
it's not a video where it's like, hey, here's what you missed from your playthrough. It's a video of like, we dived deeper than any human normally would into this.
Sure,
and
this
here's
is a
what
game
we
where
found.
you want to go into the code and stuff for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
No, I did a little bit of that myself. Like,
See, and that's what I
honestly, it was
saw of
pretty
your
great.
stream. The 5 seconds I
Yeah.
saw were you like reading a text file on your desktop, and I was like, "What in the fuck?"
I know.
That is
I
the-
love it.
that is the tippiest tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Like, I can't go into more, but it is mind blowing how much stuff is under the hood of this game.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Excited.
That's it. I'm not saying anymore.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that. Co, anything to report on the that anime thing you're doing, the second one?
Oh, Danganronpa 2.
Yeah. Again, I don't want to show anything because it's spoileries. So,
Dude, it's a ride, man. Zeke, have you decided if you're gonna play Danganronpa?
Yeah, I probably won't play it like anytime soon, just to give it a little breathing room from me to you, or you to me. But yeah, it's definitely on my radar, and you know, with your recommendation, like, yeah, I'll play it someday. But I've got some other shit I gotta get to.
I hear you. Yeah, Danganronpa 2 is basically everything Danganronpa 1 was, with a lot more confusion, a lot more questions, some real brutal situations, some really foul situations, lot of fan service. Many underwears will be seen. In fact, you max your relationship with people, and whenever you do, you get their underwear. Man, it is something. It is something. Every time I play it, it's the count. Yeah, I've originally I thought Danganronpa was a game for kids. I thought it was a kids game. Little did I know that they had to work to make it the non-adult rating in Japan. I didn't know that until later. Like the game is pretty. It's an adult game. Like
Okay.
the themes and everything in it. Like it's a lot more brutal than I thought it was. So yeah, it's been a ride. I'm definitely looking forward to getting back to it tomorrow because we're in what's called one of the class trials that I don't want to get too far into if you guys play it, but it's woo. It's like an investigation game on some kind of weird drug. It's wild.
all right. Okay.
A lot of fun.
In the world of Final Fantasy, I was curious here at the beginning of the show, so I looked it up. The game launched.
Yeah, that's right.
What was that? No. What was that?
Danganronpa 2 is the only game that I didn't feel comfortable having the family-friendly tag on.
Oh, okay.
In other games,
Wait, the only game?
Yep. In the other games, I can kind of get around it. Like, there's not too much bad stuff. Maybe it's far enough in between. But with Danganronpa 2, like, it got to a point where I cannot keep this tag. Like, there's too much adult shit happening too fast. Like, I can't reason this away. Like, I have to take the tag off.
Jeez. Okay. That's dark. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I was saying before the stream, I was curious. So the game launched on July 28th, June 28th, which was 20 days ago ish. I've put 93 hours into Final Fantasy XIV. It's the only game I've streamed on this channel. And so now we're on a race to see who will die first, me or the channel, from streaming this game as much as
I got to admit, though, man, like, your numbers haven't been that bad.
They haven't been that bad, which is so
It's
weird.
actually been really pretty good. Like,
It's been weird. It's been a weird thing. The raid came out yesterday. I haven't been this into a game since like Path of Exile when we first discovered it in 3.0. Like they're doing all the right things. The raid launched yesterday. I'll show the first boss of it, so it's not spoiling everything. But if you've played Final Fantasy VIII, you fight Eden, and they do the whole summon of Eden from Final Fantasy VIII in the boss fight. The entire 2.5-minute summon basically occurs in this fight. And it's fucking bonkers that like this is in a video game, let alone a raid. It's absolutely insane. The other 3 bosses are fucking incredible too. It's my favorite like opening raid that they've done. I'll get to the summon part here real quick. Zeke, you're interested in this. What are you looking at? What can I answer?
Dude, I'm looking at your chain, man, or whatever it's called. The
build?
The 2 2 3 3 4 1 2.
Dude, Ninja.
What is that called?
The rotation.
Rotation. There it is. I'm looking at your rotation.
The rotation for Ninja is not something that I would advise to look at because it's not going to make a lick of sense. It's the opener. So the first 12 seconds of the fight, Zeke, is 36 buttons. To put that in perspective. And it's all over the place. It's all like thought processes in terms of like certain things need to line up with other certain things. And yeah, I don't recommend this class for people that are new to the game. It's not something that is super enjoyable. However, Black Mage is in an amazing spot right now, Zeke. It is I'm leveling one right now to potentially play as my main character because they are in such a fucking fantastic spot in terms of damage and everything that they're doing. I really want to get to the summon part of this fight because it's absolutely insane. But we might have already.
Our Dragoons.
Good. They have a very like. I've been saying that they have a very World of Warcraft rotation in the sense that it's not like there is a set rotation and a set number of skills that you need to do, and they're not very like thought provoking, and they do very good damage. And they're like pretty good right now, without a doubt.
That was my main.
Yeah. Most classes actually in the game are like in a very good position. Ninja's a little bit weird right now. Like you have to basically perform fucking heroic acts to like eke out okay DPS. But that might just be me because I'm the ninja apologist saying that. Feeling bad about myself doing subpar DPS while I feel like I'm fucking outplaying everyone on the goddamn world. While doing it.
I've got to work twice as hard to do half as much damage, all right?
Yeah, no, that's how I feel. And like some in chat, the echo chamber of chat is like, no, he's actually right. Like, no, they're in a tough spot right now. And so that sucks. Let me get to the summon part of this because it's actually insane. I just want to show it. That might have been.
So are there raid groups that are like bring your DPS, no ninjas allowed? Like
no,
ninjas,
so
we want black mages. We don't want ninjas.
Ninjas actually have an incredible raid utility. It's why they're brought. So they can trick attack every like 60 seconds, and it does 10% extra damage on the boss for everyone in the raid. And so that's something that stacks throughout, or that occurs multiple times throughout the fight.
Whoa.
And so that's why their DPS is a little low.
But that doesn't add up on your DPS.
Track that deep.
It doesn't show up, does it?
No, it doesn't. I mean, it counts towards mine, but my DPS is lowered because it bumps the raid's DPS up 10%, right?
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying.
No, what it should do is while the buff is active, take every single other person's damage in the raid, take 10% of that, and put that into your DPS.
Right. No, I should actually have the DPS meter count my 10% damage. Yeah, you're right.
Sure.
Yeah,
you're right.
But then again, when you do that, though, then you have to start talking about, what about the stat buffs? And what about the other DPS buffs from the healer? And like, all that kind of stuff. It gets confusing. But,
yeah, I should do that. Yeah. I should do that.
I ran into that problem in EverQuest too, funny enough.
Is the way you beat this raid boss is just like Naruto run, like with everybody towards it?
Yes.
And you can avoid like all of the firing and the lasers.
I do Naruto run a lot. That's one thing I like about the ninjas, their running animation, and they also run faster than everyone else. Here's part of the summon, by the way. If you've ever played Final Fantasy VIII and you remember the Eden summon within the game, you can watch the next second or so, and then we'll stop talking about Final Fantasy XIV. But yeah, I'm way too into this game right now, and it's luckily has not killed the channel. I joked about it, but numbers have been like pretty okay.
They've been good above
for
average.
Final Fantasy. Still. For Final Fantasy, yeah, without a doubt.
So tell me, are you done with the main story?
Yes, I finished the main story. I finished the main story on the 2nd of July.
Wow. So over 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So what are your current goals? What do you do? What when you log in now for your play sessions? What's a day in the life of Final Fantasy 14?
Doing the daily roulettes on alts or on the main class, so I can get extra like currency to spend on certain
Alts are
items.
still same character, right?
Yeah, all the same character. Yeah. This is the raid, right? This is a thing that happens while you're in the raid. Is this fucking crazy summon here, which is just insane that they would do something like this, but it's what they're doing. Yeah, so I log in.
I love your little smirk on your face, little smirk. How much you're loving it. You're just
Oh
like,
yeah, I'm into it, man. I love this type of shit because like like it's fucking Final Fantasy 8. This is the shit I played growing up, and here it is in like super high def, and it's a raid mechanic that they blow up the Earth, and you're just like, all right, sure.
That was the whole galaxy. That was like wait, what?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So daily occurrences. I'm logging in, doing the different roulettes, which give you either a bunch of XP on a like alt job, another class, or you can do it on your main class for extra rewards. I've leveled 4 classes to 80, which is the max level right now, or 4 jobs to 80. I've leveled 2 others to 70. I'll probably get Black Mage to 80 today as well. And then it's doing the different primals, which I think you did Titan, so you know what that is. They're not necessarily.
I did Titan, I did Garuda. I did Leviathan.
Yeah, so they're not necessary. I mean, they are. It's story-wise, you can't really call them primals, but they're those trial type fights where it's like 8 versus 1 boss. There's no ads or anything. You just fight the boss, or there's no extra mobs to get to it. You just zone in. So there's extreme versions of those, and you farm those for different pieces of gear. So that's kind of like what it's been, is farming that and farming. This just came out yesterday, but it has like weekly raid locks in terms of what you can acquire. So you do this once a week, and then next week you'll do it again. And then 2 weeks from yesterday, the Savage version of this comes out, which is like the hard stuff, the actual like super difficult stuff. And I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet because it requires 7 other people to all have the same schedule and wipe for multiple hours a time. Like it's the real MMO experience of like actual raiding. Whereas all this stuff we kind of one shot because the people we were with had done it before and knew kind of what they were doing. That's not to say it's not easy. There's people that are trying to pug this since yesterday and like had 7 or 8 wipes on a lot of the different bosses. It still requires a lot of coordination, but it's nowhere near like what the Savage stuff will be when it comes out in 2 weeks.
I'm loving the mechanics I'm seeing in this fight.
Yeah, and a lot of these are like, I really want to show you some of the other fights, but if people have not seen the Eden Rage, it's kind of spoilery. I'm going to show you the last
tell me
fight.
something. You have a character at max that's 80, right?
Yes, yeah.
Now, you cannot buy a potion to level from 70 to 80, can you?
Correct. Yeah, you have to level 70.
You can only buy potions to level up to 70?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. How long does the 70 to 80 take?
As a streamer who read everything out loud, it was about 40 to 50 hours. I think you can do it in like 20 to 30 if you're skipping a lot of the story. And
wait, what if
watching
you're
the
not
cutscenes.
doing the story? What if you're just getting a character from 70 to 80?
Well, the story is
You have
the
to
main
just
way
on
to
each character?
the story is the main way to level the first time through. Like it gives you the most experience. It's the fastest way to do it the first time through. And it also unlocks like all the dungeons, all the raids, all that stuff is behind the main story quest.
And that's so if you do the main story on your main character and then you switch jobs,
It's still done.
you then have to do the exact same content again on that
No.
character?
Once you can only do it once.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
So like when you get to the main story once, like what's the process for your secondary jobs?
There's multiple things you can do. You can do your daily roulettes, which will give you a good chunk of XP every day, like a level and a half, sometimes 2 levels. There's hunts that you can go and do every single day. So you go and like right click a board and it tells you to go kill these 15 mobs or whatever, and you'll get bonus XP for that. You can queue up for the different dungeons that just like are of your appropriate highest level. There's fate grinds. So fates are like world quest. There's a thing called shared fates where
That's all I had to do back in the day.
yeah. So they actually improved on that system in the sense that it's back, but there's sometimes when you're doing a fate, there's a forlorn mob that'll spawn. So if you kill that, you get 15% extra XP from that specific fate, and then 50% extra XP from the next fate you do. So it's a huge XP boost. And you can grab like 7 other people and just sit there and grind fates nonstop. So with the shared fate system, there's 3 ranks within the new 6 zones, and I think it's 10 fates, 30 fates, and then 60 fates unlock a new NPC in terms of what you can acquire from them. And so I've grinded 5 of 6 zones for 60 fates each, which takes a reasonable amount of time. It's probably 20 to 30 hours. And that'll unlock different rewards. Like you can get the music from each zone, or you can get a pet, or you can get crafting materials that you can use these resources for and sell them or use them for crafters or anything like that. So there's a lot of different avenues to get XP instead of just like, hey, go kill this mob till you're 80. But yeah, if you don't play Final Fantasy, a lot of stuff I just said is a lot of Final Fantasy jargon, but it has like MMO terms like fates are world quest from like Guild Wars, if you've played that. Dungeons are dungeons, like if you've played WoW. Main story quest is unlike any other thing. I'm going to get into the spoilers here, so I'll switch off. Yeah, just don't do PvP because it's not the best. We don't talk about it really. I am going to show the last fight here, just in its absurdity. So if you're at all worried about spoilers, wait till I switch off the screen, or wait till chat says it's clear. I'm not going to say anything about his name because that's a little spoilery. But this is the last fight. It has the best music of the raid, in my opinion. Ko, you might recognize this guy because you said you were maybe finding him earlier. He's also got a little motorbike. This one.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Which is a little weird.
The motorbike is new.
It's kind of crazy what they're doing with this raid, because basically they looked at what everyone complained about. In my opinion, they looked at what everyone complained about from like raids past and like the harder mechanics. And they've decided we're going to design an entire raid tier around what the players hated. Because that's what they did. They put landslide is back and it's more annoying, and there's bombs that explode and you have to like worry about that shit. It's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare for a lot of this stuff. Wow. This fight is the one fight right now that people are having a very hard time with in terms of just pucking it.
So badass. A
lot of people are thinking that's going to be the new mount for the Savage tier. Is going to be this little like dirt bike thing that he has. So yeah, that's it. That's where I'm at. It's a cool fight. It's good.
How's the music?
Oh, it's here. I'll pump it up. Let's see if I can. You might hear some voices. You might hear me and Sam screaming when we die, but
so far, at least none of his normal mechanics imply anything that would be our fault or good.
It's like liquid D&B.
What?
Oh right.
Oh, I fucked
dead.
up. I'm just terrible at this game.
Oh, you're pretty good.
What was the music that I absolutely loved in the first one? I want to say it was the Titan music.
Yeah,
so
the Titan. They remixed that song with like a Goa Psytrance maybe, or just Psytrance like remix type deal. Yeah, it's all the same guy, still making it. Soken is the composer for all that shit, and he's a fucking baller. He's an absolute badass. Yeah.
For real though, like
that's where I'm at with that.
Like Final Fantasy XIV has consistently had some of the bombest ass music like of any game. Like and it's not only one style.
It's so good.
There's all kinds of different styles of music, but so crisp, so well done. Like if you don't like that shit, don't worry. The next raid boss is completely different, like an orchestral like explosion of like strings and brass and stuff like that. It's beautiful. Like that is one thing that is undeniably good about this game, is that the music is just on point every time. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to find this right here is potentially like every day my favorite song changes. I don't know if this is coming through. This is a nighttime zone theme. It's just super chill. It's like fucking great. And it's a remix of the actual zone.
Don't you think it's time to go to bed? Maybe you should go to bed now. How about you go to bed and wake up and start over in the morning?
This is meditation music right here.
It's great. It's fucking so good. They've heard the Lahi stuff before, chat.
Oh, trust me, we've heard it.
We've heard what before, AP?
The Lahi stuff. This thing right here from last. I think we talked about this last week.
What?
That shit right there. Yeah, the little.
Wait, what?
That right there.
Another one. Another one.
What is
Another
what is ELO?
And then it ends with that.
Oh man,
Oh god. Yeah.
that's good stuff, dude. That's really good stuff.
And banned.
Yeah, that happens a lot on the channel.
Great stuff.
Anyways. I need to get this one. That's good. I need to get
Oops.
this.
Shit.
It's on repeat.
I
You
forgot-
can't
I
stop
don't have it
it.
on play pause. I tried to. Shit. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
It's gonna keep going. There it is.
There it
Enough.
is. There it is.
It's probably better this episode doesn't make it to YouTube anyway, so that's fine.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it should be super clean.
I gotta change that right now. I thought I changed it, but maybe it didn't save when I shut my computer down.
It's fine.
See,
It's fine.
I got all this Danganronpa stuff I'd love to play, but it plays through my speakers, not my mic.
Wait,
Uh.
have you get? Did I play the twinning for you last week? The music from that? Okay, hold on. This is as a collective, I believe the agreed upon best song from the expansion, without a doubt. It's a thing. It's the best head bobber of all time. It's so good.
Oh, round two! Gotta get out of the way. Fuck.
Oh god, it's so good. It's such, and this is just a normal dungeon. That it's like you do this dungeon after you beat the main story, and it's like the best palate cleanser dungeon ever because of how good the music is. It's so good. And the other dungeon that you can do that's optional at 80 is like a jazz theme. And it's completely and utterly different than what you just heard. It's
Yeah,
fucking insane.
I love it.
Oh,
It's
I
fucking
just
insane.
realized. Wait, I think I can. Maybe I can find you the best soundbite of Danganronpa. I think someone made a clip of it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's this guy named Teru.
Uh-oh.
I'll have to just keep going. I'll have to see if I can find it.
Okay. All right. I don't know what else we have to, Zeke, Doki Doki Literature Club is kind of what you played before you left for.
Yeah, I did play some Switch games, mobile Switch games.
Oh yeah, when you were traveling?
Yeah.
What'd you play?
I'm trying to finish up Celeste. I had to start over because I got it on my Switch. Because I had it on Steam,
yeah.
but I got it on my Switch so I could play it while I was traveling. And I think I'm back up to the point where I was when I left off. Because I never beat Celeste.
Oh really?
Boy, no, I never did.
Dude, the end of that game is like a beautiful culmination of what that game is. It's fucking
I know.
fantastic.
I'm excited to get to it. Yeah, for
It's
sure.
so
But
good.
like, I want to get all the strawberries before I get up there. So
Oh,
I
fuck,
go
okay.
back and redo levels and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's a
So
lot.
I think I'm up to the windy place.
Okay. It's been a while.
It's like level like world 4,
4 of
I
6,
think,
yeah,
or
I think.
5,
Yeah.
something like that. But god damn, man. So I'll be listening to like podcasts when I'm just walking through the airports and stuff or waiting to get on the plane. But
Yeah.
once I'm on the plane, like I find myself sitting there like with my Switch in my hand, going like, oh, I don't want to pause in the middle of this podcast. Only has like 10 minutes left. I really want to play this because you have to play with the music.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like I can't. I feel like I would do the game a disservice if I didn't play with the music and the sound design because it fits so perfectly with that game. Like if you haven't picked up Celeste yet, like man,
I agree. Buy it.
you could do you really great platformer. Like I don't know another platformer that has had that much emotion like packed into it for a while. Like Ori maybe.
Probably would be yeah. They're so different though from one another, but Ori is probably the most easily compared,
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Celeste is
also-
fantastic.
Finished Judgment. Did we talk about like I finished it since last time we spoke?
Oh,
No, I think we were thinking of doing like a spoiler thing.
We didn't talk about it because Ko and I didn't talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't talk about it because you two didn't talk about it, right?
No, because we made the promise to talk about like the ending of it.
You're right. Yeah. We can do a spoiler thing if you want to. We got another bit of time. But so by all means, feel free to jump into it. I can assume the. Hold on.
Assume the spoiler position. Don't you have people to hold up your hand for that?
I wish they're on vacation today. They need.
Well, hey, I got an idea. Put the catfish on your lap and just put your elbow on top of it.
The catfish is currently occupied in another room right now.
Oh, okay.
Begin the spoiler talk.
Okay. All right. So spoilers about Judgment. Here we go. If you don't want to listen, now's the time to not. So, Ko, I will say that there was a lot of the story that just from like playing it, this is not like me saying how smart I am because I'm incredibly smart, but I called a lot of the stuff like before it happened, but it didn't take away so much of my enjoyment because to feel vindicated, not vindicated. That means I was like thought I was false. Just to be fucking what's the word that like to make myself feel really good about myself. Like when it happened, I was like, I fucking called it. Validated. Thank you. Validated.
Validated. Yeah. Well,
validated. That's what I was looking for. Sorry, I couldn't think of it. But yeah, I was like, I fucking called that shit. I called the shit with the eyes. I called that like right away because like as soon as I found out that this company was involved, I was like, this is what's happening. They're doing this, and the reason why they're gouging out the eyes is to cover up for something else. Boom! And when it happened, I was like, I'm the smartest man in the world. But yeah, but even still, when you find out who the mole is, that was pretty cool. You find out for sure like who the mole is, and of course, even though I didn't hear it, I knew that motherfucker was Mercer.
Of course,
I knew it. I fucking knew it. And if I would have known that there, like from the very jump, that there was going to be some sort of like hidden turncoat traitor murderer person, I would have pinned it on Mercer from the jump.
Yep. What's really funny is first of all, I completely agree with you. There's big parts of the game that are pretty easy to call. Like especially like funny enough, I also called the eye thing. Just like you did. I was like, uh-oh.
Yep. Okay.
I was like, actually closer mid to late game. I was like, yep, the eye thing is because of the drug. They were experimenting with the drug. Something's happening with the body. Like that's what's going on. And we had talks with chat where it's like, yeah, because it wouldn't make sense to do such a weird murder style anyway, and like all that stuff. We also called Mercer super early. And you know why? I hate to say this. I could tell in some of the first lines I heard from him that he was the bad guy. I really think that Mercer like went into that knowing that he was kind of like the bad guy. And so he kind of like did his voice kind of darker than he normally does, a little bit more sarcastic. And like you could just, I don't know, like in just the first couple scenes, I was like, he's the murderer. Yeah. Like I bet it's Mercer. So
well, he's not the murderer though. He's just the cover-upper. Murderer was Shono.
Oh.
Right.
No. Well, Shono murdered 2 people, and then he murdered everybody else.
I thought the drug killed him.
Oh. Well, I mean, theoretically, yes, the drug did kill him. But I mean, like he was the guy that was going around cleaning up. He was the guy going around killing all the people that weren't where they were supposed to be. He was the one abducting them. So he was the one that was like doing the dirty work. And then Shono would give him a shot. And then Mercer would stab out the eyes and drop the body. But he was the guy that would like, he's the dude that murdered the guy from beating him up. He was the hired assassin before all the shit went down. Like he was the dirty cop. Where Ayabe was like the dirty cop. He was like the dirty cop. So
God,
yeah, it was.
like every time he appeared on screen, I played a different Radiohead song because, dude, he looks exactly like Japanese Tom York. Like it's crazy. Like put their pictures side by side, like I did, and look and go like, he's the Karma Police. He's Karma Police. But like
Also,
all that aside, all the story like spoilers aside, or not all the story spoilers aside, but like what did you think of the ending? Like were you satisfied or
believe it or not, I was satisfied with the ending because I felt like as the very first introduction to the Judgment franchise, I feel like they played it a little safe, and I was okay with that because I felt like they were
that is
they were
super
focused
creepy,
more-
JP.
especially when you lean away from it.
I know.
But,
I'm trying to get it to sync up beautifully with the background, but I'm having a hard time here. So hold on. Keep talking. I'm sorry for distracting.
You have a baby arm.
I'm almost there. I'm working. It's like a pixel off. Go ahead.
But yeah, I think for a first offering of a brand new franchise, I think it was fine. I think there's certainly things they could have done better. I think they could have masked a lot of it better. Also, there was a lot of things that happened throughout the game that were, for lack of a better word, kind of like contrived. Like people showing up at the perfect time with no explanation, and events happening in order where they really had no purpose in happening in that order. But if you put all that aside and just take it as like a story kind of being told, like you would read in a book or something, not like necessarily a real life encounter, I really enjoyed it. I love the ending. I love the characters. I really hope that they make more Judgment. Like I hope we get a Judgment 2 and a Judgment 3. I like the cast. I thought the cast was really solid, which is honestly really surprising because I didn't know if Ryuga Gotoku was going to be able to like bring back that Yakuza feeling without Kiryu and Majima and all those people that I kind of fell in love with during the Yakuza franchise. I was kind of worried, like, are they going to be able to recreate that? And sure enough, they were by the end of it. I was like, right when I was done, especially after watching the credits. I hope you watch those.
Oh, of course.
I was like, this is like, I cannot wait for Judgment 2 at this point. Give me the DLC, give me everything you can. I just kind of hope that, kind of like my criticism of Rage 2, I kind of hope that they go a little bit more Yakuza with it in the future, where they kind of like, I want to see first of all, I want the investigation stuff to be more meaningful. I felt like in Judgment, the investigation stuff ended up being a little mini-gamey and not really investigaty. Like, it didn't require much thought. It required more just like doing a set of actions. And coming from, like other games that I'm playing right now, it's definitely, it feels different. So I kind of hope there's more investigative stuff in the others. In the future. But in terms of like the characters and everything and the cutscenes and the voice acting and like it was all just great. So I had a really good time with it. What about you though? How do you feel about the ending and the whole? How do you feel about the whole package?
I was satisfied with it. I'm glad they went a different route with the like a little bit more realistic. I would say more invested in realism as far as like shying away from the Yakuza games because like like I said before, they're more caricatures than actual real people. Like I felt like I could believe the detective. I could believe God damn it. I'm a gay cat, which is his name backwards, by the way. Yagami. I like the direction they went. I like the actor they picked. I wanted there to be more difference in. I wanted the combat to be different. To be completely frank with you, I wanted it to be less like someone who is trained in martial arts and more like I don't know, like a dirty brawl. I love the heat moves and stuff. I wish they would have had more heat moves or X moves or whatever you call it. But I think the story could have been a little bit less predictable, maybe.
Yeah. I think I agree. I like
the fugitive angle of it, but I wanted it to focus more on the serial killer angle of it. I didn't want it to be connected. Even it was cool. It was a cool connection stuff between the medical center and the Ministry of Health and the Yakuza, like all the strings like were tied together. But I would have liked, I think, chasing down like the idea of a detective chasing down a serial killer. Like that was way more intriguing to me. And that way you don't have to have the Yakuza like involved at all. And you could just do like a completely new story without like that kind of involvement. But that being said, I really enjoyed the game. The biggest drawback for me, like I said last time, was that the side shit that made the Yakuza games, like they peppered in the side shit from time to time, and it was good. Like this time, like the darts were lackluster, the batting cages were meh. There was no karaoke, no host club or hostess club. None of like. It's not that I always want the same thing. The only new thing that was, there's two new things that were really, really cool. The drone races were pretty awesome. Once I got to know, I was like, okay, I'll give it a look. That shit was fucking pretty cool. And it was just, the only ruining factor was the buzzing of the drones over the good music. Why would you do that? Cover up the good music with the fucking beehive of drone sounds. But the other thing was that VR game, the VR board game, that was pretty fun. Actually,
Did you ever get
cool.
the 12K ability for the dice?
No, I never felt like I needed it though, because after my first long course, I like logged 1,000,000 yen and I didn't even spend it.
Dude, I ended up doing that.
You can probably put the hand down now, JP. We're probably
I think we're done with the spoilers. Yeah. I did the long course. I got the dice thing, and basically what the dice thing does is it slows the dice down enough, and it always puts it in a nice. And it always puts it in a predictable sequence, so you can basically get exactly what you want on the dice every time, and it makes it so you can have like ridiculous runs, especially if you do the golden cat. Like I never had an amazing run, but almost all of my runs finished over 3.5 mil. Where it would just be like, because you always get the cat, you always get the stuff, but then I would spend it instantly because I was doing the Go Start or whatever it's called, Start. I don't remember the name of it, but and doing all that stuff. But yeah. Anyway, dude, I completely agree with everything you've said. Like it's and I really kind of hope, like I was saying about the Rage 2 thing earlier, that they kind of go a little bit more Yakuza with it next time with the mini games in particular. I still think drone racing is possibly the best minigame they've ever done. Like, I loved the drone racing. It was phenomenal. I really hope that they have all that stuff and, like, just as much or more in addition to everything that's already there for Judgment 2. Like, I'm really hoping that, because that's been a pretty big criticism from Judgment fans that I've talked to. Like, almost everyone is in agreement, like, more, bigger, girthier minigames. So, from what I understand, Judgment sold pretty well, both here and overseas. So hopefully we will see too. Yeah,
that's really
cool.
Yeah.
No, I would disagree.
What?
I linked a clip in our Discord. It happens. It is during the final sequence, but it doesn't have any real spoilers in it. Well, maybe it's. But the point is, and I think Zico remembered, it is one of the oddest exchanges of character dialogue out of complete left field that I have seen in a video game. Like nothing really, nothing pertaining to it happens before or after. It happens in the middle of a chase scene, and I remember just like going like, "What in the hell did I just watch?"
Does it need audio or subtitles work?
No. Ninja, I posted mine. If it's the same, I think it might be the same one.
Let's.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. No, it's not. You're not doing the skateboard, are you?
No, this is not the skateboard. This is the fight with Kaido and team. You know what I'm talking about? On the way out, he says that one line, and everyone's like, "Anyway, yeah." If you're,
oh yes,
damn. Okay.
Now I know.
Okay.
Damn it! These guys will stop coming on us. I meant nice.
Dude, that's gross.
What the fuck?
Oh, that ain't right, Bent.
Keep your head in the game, Kaito-san.
I can't believe they would even reference that. That's so good.
here's the craziest part. Here's the craziest part. That happens like in the sequence of like this crazy big serious fight event, and then all of a sudden that happens, and it's just like.
But there again, better in Japanese, because I think they're trying to make fun of it's an American idiom or colloquialism. Like
Right.
it's something that the Japanese people like adopted, and he said it wrong because the language, the switch from languages like fucked it up or something like that.
Yeah.
So when I saw it in Japanese, because I had to rewatch again because my chat was like, I didn't expect it to happen. But when the cutscene started playing, I was just like, okay, whatever. And I looked away for a second, and I looked back, and the chat was like, he fucking missed it. He missed it. So I went back and watched it again, and I was rolling because you hear this like, well, this Japanese voice like, and then the kid goes like, the fuck did you just say? He's like, it's so fucking good.
Here it is in Japanese from Zeke's point of view. Someone has the clip. Oops.
All right.
Sure.
Time to whoop some ass. See, there it is. I looked away. Oh shit! I just need one more beer. I'm on. Yeah, didn't see it. I think he's got to go further in the clip. Before you see that, I still got 5 drunk points.
You didn't notice it at all.
Oh fuck! I missed it. What was the joke? I missed it. Yeah, see there. Posted the wrong one.
Yeah. No. I think that was the appropriate one. I think that was
Okay.
good.
Sounds like you should have played the game in English, Zeke. If you
Yeah, that right there is a great argument for English versus dubs or English
You
versus
get used to
Japanese.
these games so
I
much.
wonder how much else he missed, huh, chat? My lord.
Oh, not a lot because Chad is right there to say you missed it. You missed it. You missed it. I didn't have
That's true.
That's true.
Part of
Chad
the
will not
reason
let
why
you
I
miss
had to
much.
go, like part of the reason why my playthroughs last a lot longer is because sometimes I have to go back and rewatch what they just said and stuff.
I get
So
that.
I had
I
to
am
do that.
the last person to give you guff for it because I do the same thing.
Yeah, I think most streamers. do.
Ninja, do you want to post the skateboarding clip because I'm really really proud of how this turned out. And it was
I've
just
seen this. Yeah. Feel free
It
to
was-
post it, Ninja.
it was honestly just a serendipitous that it lined up so well and I didn't plan it. Oh man, what a fucking just coincidence of shit happening. It was so good. But anyways, like, why do you?
What?
Fucking, they just speaks to like the place where the game comes from when they just insert a joke during the end game like chase sequences where it's like they won't stop coming on us.
Yeah, it's great.
Like, we'll throw that joke in right there. It's like, you don't want to throw it in earlier in the game? Nah.
It's great. Are you waiting to sync it up here? Is that what's happening?
Here it is. Manifest perfectly!
Wow.
Oh my god!
It even got the
that
like. It even got the like dramatic change in the music when the car sped up. That was great.
It was so just mere coincidence that it happened because I was like, when he stole that, because he did it totally Marty McFly. He stole
yeah.
the kid's
Yeah.
skateboard off of the street and started riding, and I was like, I got this, and it just kept going, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay,
That's good.
so not really on topic, but big thanks to Dr. Eagles in chat or Irvitar. Thank you. They found anyone's curious about the high quality of well enunciated Danganronpa 2 voice acting.
Mhm.
There's a clip in chat from one of the folks that this is a gentleman who is under a bit of pressure and he's having trouble maintaining his accent.
Okay.
It's in the chat if you have that one.
Gotcha.
This one has become a new main fixture on my soundboard.
Let's see. Hold on. Sorry, it's taking a little bit longer to load. There we go. Do this. Pause it over here. Do that. Hopefully the cat's crazy purring calms down and he doesn't jump in my lap.
Or not. That's cool too.
Here we go.
No matter what, it had a big. No matter what, it had a big. No
Huh. I think I need some context. Yeah, give
This is a little okay. This is slightly spoilery,
Okay.
but okay. This is I'm just gonna go ahead and say it because it's this one guy and it's absolutely hilarious and it's honestly one of the most funny transitions I've seen from like a single character. So basically, there's this character, and he's like this super refined. He has a very sexy, polite voice that people comment on him all the time. And then once he gets like into this stressful situation, turns out he's just a Cajun man, and all of his accent breaks down. So he starts talking like this all the time. And he's like, "What you talking about? You got no word of weapon? You ain't no single stone stab somebody. I'll find you and I'll shank you. I'll shank you so good." Like he really just like completely breaks down. And whoever does his voice is amazing because you can tell it's the exact same guy doing it.
Huh.
And he has like all these hilarious everything when his voice changes, which it happens over the course of like 20 minutes, are all in this amazing Cajun accent. And oh god, it's so good. It honestly was probably one of the funniest things I've seen in both the series.
Huh. Well,
Amazing.
More voice acting. The Danganronpa stuff. There's 3 of those games, right?
What's up?
There's 3 of those games. Is that accurate?
There are 2 of the games, and then there's an anime thing, and there's two games, Danganronpa 1 and 2, and then there's 2 anime arcs in 12 episode things, and then there's a game after those called V3.
Okay.
I think. Danganronpa fans, help me out.
That's a lot.
I think that's it. Oh, and then there's also a spin-off game called like The Spare Girls, or something like that.
Jeez. Okay. Well, anything else that you guys played? Are we good?
What does Danganronpa even mean? Is that a proper name?
It does mean something.
Okay.
It means
truth bullet.
Bullet truth. Yes.
Okay.
It's pretty good
Truth
for
bullet.
like a murder mystery style game. Yeah. It's a cool name.
Yeah. Okay. Or actually, it's Dangan is bullet, and then Rampa is confutation, or the act of refuting someone's point forcefully. I came up with that. I didn't read that on Wikipedia at all.
I mean, you're just fulfilling your Triforce goal thing, right? So, yeah.
I'm doing what I can.
Anything else? Should we split up? Zeke, I don't know. Did you see the messages about playing Apex? Did you get it downloaded or no?
I got it downloaded during the first half.
Awesome. Okay. Me and Co weren't sure if you were going to be able to get it downloaded in time. Cool. Well, is there anything else we want to talk about before we call it a show? I think that's kind of it.
I got a couple mini like outro stuff. That's about it.
Okay. Zeke, anything for you?
No, man. I really I don't know what to play next.
Yeah.
I heard there's a Penn and Teller VR game that I've been looking at, but someone told me it's not really good for streaming because it's better with another person or something like that. I don't fucking know.
Oh, okay.
But no, not Final Fantasy XIV, guys. I will never, ever, ever play that on my stream ever.
Yeah.
If I play it, it'll be offline. It'll be an offline game.
There you go. Make it a command.
I want you to play Danganronpa, and then my afternoon streams can be bringing up your stream and commenting on you playing Danganronpa.
I'm not gonna play Danganronpa right away. Like I said, if there's anything, I don't really want to go to the nonary games. Like since I've been doing so much like anime lately, like from Judgment to Doki Doki to this, but like this is what's on my list right now. But also Mario Maker 2. I wanted to check that out. Give that a look.
Did you see where they banned Grand Pooh Bear's level or something like that? Only because I think it was. Chat's gonna have to help me out here, but because it was too difficult, and that's why his level. All of them were banned. Oh, I didn't realize all of his levels were banned.
Wait,
Is it because they're too difficult, or was it because people were like, commenting and it was report spamming?
People were report spamming. Oh, that's
a shame. That's a fucking
Whose
shame.
levels?
Grand Pooh Bear, who's a Mario Maker.
Makes
I know him.
Mario.
Yeah, he got his levels banned because people were report spamming him. That's shit. That sucks. Okay.
For what reason, though? For what reason? Why were they doing that to him?
It's like they were
he was
report
like
spamming.
beloved.
Because people are assholes. Is why they're
Is this too
report
hard
spamming.
and they were reporting
No.
him? Is that
They
why?
were just
no,
report
it's too
spamming
hard.
to be trolls.
It's like YouTube.
Yeah.
Like you report a YouTube video and it gets taken down.
Yeah.
That's just how it works because that's how the world works. And it's
There's no
terrible.
explicit reason. It's
Oh.
just they're being assholes.
Other people are saying some one-off reasons that I haven't heard. But
No, it's not. It's shut the fuck up, long tall drink. It's not welcome to the internet. I know that shit happens, but I thought he was like beloved in the Mario community because like I see him all the time on speedrun
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
See, like what Ninjite said, and I actually heard this too. Unconfirmed reasons that is he also has ROM hacks on his YouTube channel.
Oh. Well.
Okay.
But I mean, they'd never be clear about.
Yeah, that's still unfortunate. I know he makes some fucking. Did you see that level that went like super viral with all the little like flame lines?
Yeah, that's on the front page of Reddit today.
That is some anxiety.
Also, Trihex. I don't know if it was one of his levels. Trihex spent like 10+ hours on a level and ended up beating it, and it was like insanely difficult.
I saw that. That was the Mario cat level, right? Is that accurate? Where he was a cat and he was in the cat suit.
Maybe.
I think that was
Probably.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that was.
Zeke, play some Mario, and maybe we'll get Trihex on next week. I think we have a show next week, and we'll talk Mario Maker because I'm definitely interested in the game and I haven't checked it out yet. And maybe
There you go. That's what I'll be
regardless,
playing tomorrow. Mario Maker at noon. We'll see if it lasts more than one day. I doubt it.
It's probably pretty rage inducing. So yeah, let's do some shout outs. We'll call episode 200 a show. And then we're going to break up squad stream and do some Apex Season 2.
Never played it, by the way.
I don't think Ko's played it as well, right?
Not season 2. I have about
you
20
played
hours
season
in Apex
1.
base, but
Okay.
I haven't even unlocked like the first people. I don't even have Caustic or whatever those guys are.
Okay. All right. Well, it'll be a shit show of epic proportions, I'm sure.
I'm going to be drinking.
Okay.
So let's do it.
There you go. Zeke, start us off with some shout outs.
Yo, everybody, thank you for tuning in. My name is Ezekiel the Third. You can find me at /Ezekiel_III. That is on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Thank you to Ko and JP for being my co-host for every episode to 200 episodes. Woo! Air horn sound. Man, 200 episodes. I can't believe that JP didn't plan anything. No, I can't. He's thoughtless. Anyway, if you want to catch, I'll be live gaming with these guys for at least a little bit, and then after that, in about an hour and 45 minutes, I will be on twitch.tv/table story if you like tabletop role-playing games. This one's pretty deep, awesome, suspenseful, intense, X-Files supernatural kind of a role-playing game set in the Unknown Armies universe. So if you like that kind of stuff, head over to /table story in about an hour and 45 minutes when that begins. Or if you want to see me do Mario Maker and probably break some controllers, maybe, with my fake rage, you can come. That'll be happening at noon Pacific tomorrow. But that's all I got. Bye-bye.
That's it. Sorry, this cat is being so unbelievably needy today. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we're talking about you needy cat.
look at him.
Do some shout outs for us.
Okay, first of all, thank you to Zeke and JP for our 200 show. I never in my life would have imagined that I would ever do a podcast kind of thing for 200 episodes. It's been a lot of fun. So thank you guys for it. A couple bits of real talk here. First of all, this Friday at 8 a.m. EDT, I'm getting a very special early first look at the first 2 chapters of The Surge 2. So if you are wanting to check out The Surge 2, which is the brand new game coming out by Deck 13 later this year, I'm going to be checking out the first 4 hours of it on Friday at 8 a.m. EDT. And then, this is kind of weird. I don't do a lot of this kind of stuff, but something kind of fell into my lap, and we're going with it. So basically, there's this... I listen to the radio every day when I go on lunch. And there's a show that I really like called The 1A on NPR. It's by a guy named Joshua Johnson. It covers all sorts of political things. I've listened to it all the time. And recently, just this week, actually, The 1A is doing an entire series on gaming culture. On Monday, they had on Markiplier and Kitty Plays. Yesterday was about loot boxes. Today's about crunch in production. It's been really cool. So I actually contacted them and, just wanting to talk to them. One thing led to another. Next Tuesday at 1:30, I am going to be interviewing Joshua, who is the host of The 1A, on my channel for 45 minutes about gaming, about his show, about all sorts of fun things. So it should be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
And that's going to be on Tuesday at 1:30 to 2:15. Hope to see you guys there. It should be a very interesting insight. into that world. And yeah, we also have some other fun stuff potentially coming up down the road, but none of that is announced yet. So for now, join us Tuesday at 1:30. It'd be cool. And yeah, I think that's it for me. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully see you next week if we have a show. But if not, probably the week after that, because not a lot's happening between now and then.
Yeah, we'll see. I should have a show next week, but we'll see. What's up?
And also, like, I have decided against like going live on my channel for this Apex stuff, so you can watch Cobra JP.
Oh, okay.
Because I probably have to duck out quick.
Right. I know you have the show.
That other thing to do.
Yeah.
I am going to stream, but I'll be streaming for like an hour. So expect to quickly jump over to JP's channel. JP, you're going to be going after this, I'm assuming?
Yeah. I have an addiction to feed, so I'll be feeding that addiction.
Awesome.
I honestly thought you said I have Diction to feed. I was like, why is Diction at your house, and why are you not feeding Diction? He gets angry.
We need to address this immediately.
Oh, Jesus. No, Diction is not here, and no, I do not need to feed him. I'm covered in cat hair now, so I'm gonna go clean this up. We'll start our Apex stream. Thanks everyone for tuning in for 200 episodes. There is something planned, Zeke, not necessarily around 200 episodes, but I'm not gonna explain any more than that. And time has to pass for something to occur, and I'm just gonna keep as non-committal and non-explanatory.
I'm gonna give you the Thor answer. You know when he said all words are made up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the Thor answer like. Time has to pass for everything to occur, JP.
It's very true. I guarantee you and Co will flip your shit though, because when it was agreed upon, I flipped my shit. So it's very exciting.
Wait, this isn't the thing that you may have teased a while back.
No, it has nothing to do with that. Yeah. That's still yeah. No, I would not surprise you guys with a presidential candidate showing up on the show. That would be something that we would probably talk about. Far in advance.
JP teased. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna try to get Bernie Sanders on the show," and I was just like,
"Yeah." Anyways,
good.
We're out here. Thanks for watching Drop Frames. We'll be back next week, probably with another episode. For now, we're gonna go play some Apex Legends. We'll see you guys there.
Real quick before we go, JP, on your Discord, I'm assuming.
Yes, we'll meet up on my Discord. I think if you guys have that. If not, I'll link it to you. Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys in a bit. We're out for now.